welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
Very good. What is today? Today's Tuesday morning. So welcome to the EST Hangout live right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports, presented by Sentinel Storage. EST also proudly presented by Play Alberta. We're live at Popeyes just off 170th Street here on the West End as we are celebrating Ben's birthday today. You and Dusty were here, Lieutenant Eric. Oh, I should just say who for the people listening. Matt Iwanyk, Jasmine Sidhu, Lieutenant Eric with you here. YouTube Trev coming from the office to replace Eric, so Eric's kindly sticking around until Trev can come here.
Until the talent shows up.
Thank you everyone for listening, for tuning in. iHeartRadio, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, watching on YouTube and listening on podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. But you and Dusty were here early in the morning. What was it like being a fast food place when that early?
I want to thank the kind gentleman here that had to come in and open at the time he did and open the doors for us. I mean, he's killing it today. But you mentioned Tuesday, 2-piece. You see that leg and thigh day, $5. That's a good deal to get today. This place is decorated up so nice. You got Ben's birthday over there. They got the Pickle Them All poster over there, and all the weekly deals or the daily deals for the week. It's nice. And now, like the best part is the fountain taps are on. The smells are starting to come alive. The place is starting to really.
It's reminding
open.
me of a Popeyes.
Yeah,
you've got to watch it.
Yeah, it's opening
what it's like in the morning.
Yeah.
At Popeyes Louisiana Kitchens across Edmonton, St. Albert, Lloydminster, Red Deer, and Grand Prairie until June 3rd. They are supporting the Ben Stelter Foundation. Today is Ben's birthday. He requested it for his birthday. His favorite meal, Popeyes, was tenders, mac and cheese, and a Coke, a classic combination.
Isn't that great?
That's a great combination. My favorite was Dusty's like, he's a child.
A man of refined
taste.
Yeah.
What's going to happen is if you come down, Popeyes, you can make a donation to the foundation in $2, $5, $10, any amount. Also today at this location of Popeyes and a few others around the area, they're going to donate a portion of the net proceeds to the Ben Stelter Foundation. So we're here for a great cause, and it just works so perfect that today is also an Edmonton Oilers game day in honor of Ben's birthday.
Weather's great. You guys have
great.
Showed up here. It looks like a nice day out. Everybody's happy.
Oh, it's supposed to be beautiful again.
Money goes to good. If you normally eat at Popeyes 3 times a day, you do it 4. You just do it one extra day today or one extra time, and because all the money goes Northern Alberta. The whole thing. Any Popeyes. I know we had somebody listening in Lloyd this morning. You go there, do the same thing. It's a great day to kind of put your money, and then you feel good eating the food, and then you go to the game or watch the game tonight. It's a perfect day.
It's just setting the right karma and juju in the world.
Absolutely.
Doing a good thing for the Ben Stelter Foundation. That's just going to help the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Yeah, it's
That's the way I'm gonna look at
all
that.
webbed in. Yeah.
We are live here at Popeyes, as I said, on 170th, just off 170th Street. We are going to be here till 5 o'clock today. So coming up, we do have the Lock Shop, 2 Guys and a Goal EST afternoons, as well as the Reed Wilkins Show until 5 o'clock. And then Tommy will take over with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. He'll be live at the Canadian Ice House as Oilers gets going at 5 o'clock. But you can come on down, say hello. It doesn't open till 10:30. So you can catch the last 30 minutes of the Hangout, but you could come see the rest of the shows throughout the day here at Popeyes. Perfect, just if you're still just heading to work at 10:30, if you just quick lunch at that point. It's perfect timing. It's perfect timing.
Still mid-morning.
That's a perfect time for my lunch.
I say you go home after work and you just grab a bunch of Popeyes for your family. And nobody has to cook. Then you're ready for the game. It's an early game, 6 o'clock. Let's go.
The sign behind our nice, beautiful banner here from William Huff says open late. So Popeyes is for your convenience now. If you're working today, as you mentioned, it doesn't have to be this morning. You
want a celebration tonight? Oilers go out, get a victory. What better way to celebrate than coming and get some Popeyes?
Absolutely.
It's
open late,
game.
and it's a 6 o'clock start. You're going to have plenty of time to get to Popeyes.
Yeah.
Proudly Canadian owned as well.
My God.
So there you go. It's all just working out perfect. Yeah. Like, why? Let's just jump to the post-game show. Oilers up 3-1. Jasmine, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm excited. There's good vibes. Beautiful day outside. That sun shining on Dusty and LT this morning.
Yeah, sun, I guess. Maddie solved that issue.
There's
There's a setting that we...
it's all nice and clear to have you just adjust the camera settings. It could take away a little bit of that.
Now we know for next time, but Not as windy out either today.
No,
is it? Or,
it's
yeah.
hot.
Yeah,
it's
it's
supposed to be, I think, like 15.
You must have been rocking
So-
and shaking last night in your
I got a story
25th
after.
floor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's a wild wind.
It was a wild wind.
It was a very wild
And
wind.
whenever there's a wild wind, I think of you way up top in your perch.
There's
you ever
no
been in this place
protection.
when it's
No.
you can feel
When
it
it's-
moving a bit.
No.
I had to be out on my patio during that.
Of course you did.
I had to be out on my patio during that.
Did you
so
did you tie down?
I at points I was like,
You harness up like
wait, this could go bad if
Yeah.
something bad happens. No, I'll explain it later. I can explain
What
it
a
a little
tease.
bit later.
that has to
but
do with the
there was-
wind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was disappointed in the storm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I was waiting for
You know,
some
like you-
lightning, thunder.
Yeah, like severe thunderstorm, seeing like hail and
Hail.
stuff.
Yeah,
And, like it
Clausen was putting out the
rolled
warnings.
through, and like there was like a little bit. It was not like
Big
nothing.
drops of water. The rain though. Real big drops.
But I wanted
That
to
was
like
it.
the building to shake from
I know.
the thunder.
I wanted the building to shake.
I want those like I want that.
thrill?
I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
that lightning. I want that stuff that's like, oh my god, what's going on outside? Like that's what I was hoping for, and we got none of it.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I kept looking out the window myself, and I kept getting alerts on my phone, and I was getting excited.
I like storm
was like,
watching.
"Ooh,
You too?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
that stuff. It's fun, but yeah, it sucks when you're let down like that on
Yeah.
a day of days, and you're like, oh, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming.
The audacity.
Yeah.
Had to
I-
like call my parents, like put the
The
patio
audacity.
furniture, put
Oh
it away.
yeah. Get in the bunker.
Yeah, get in
Yeah.
the bunker.
Yeah.
Protect the flowers.
Sure.
What a waste.
Well, the wind still. You see, that was a good thing that he did it for that,
Yeah.
because the wind died down a little bit, and then it picked up later at night.
That was-
out of
yeah.
nowhere. That's when issues.
I
happen.
can't wait for the story. What do you?
It's not that
Man,
big.
you're building it up
I just
now.
don't want it. I'm not. It's not for air or anything like that. But,
Really?
What
What could it be?
could it be? What could it be?
780-218-9999.
Oh, Josh Clausen actually just texted me. Worst skipped over downtown. Way worse in the west and southwest. You're in the west.
Yes.
Was it bad?
It wasn't bad, but maybe it was worse than what you experienced. I know is what he's saying. Like
Oh.
again, it was big raindrops. It rained pretty good for a time. I did see some streaky lightning at times. There was like 2 rolls of thunder, and then that was it.
That's
And then
right.
that wind that came on later afterwards. But
Well, I was listening to Reed and Jay's show yesterday, and the chat was bumping as per usual.
Oh, yeah.
And they were talking about I think it was you saying that there was so much rain in the north, and that they were all soaked out there. So perhaps it did. Yeah, because in the southeast, it didn't really hit us. Other
Well,
than
yeah,
big raindrops.
pea-sized hail in the few southwest neighborhoods, says
Oh.
Clausen. It poured in all caps. Over 1,000 lightning strikes in an hour.
maybe
I was in the
wasn't
wrong
looking
spot.
in the right direction.
I was in the wrong spot. Well, usually I could even see this stuff.
You could see the whole thing.
But I didn't really even see much of it. I did see it going like a little bit south-southwest, but I thought there was more coming. I just want a really good storm.
Well, tip of
Yeah.
the season. We're at the tip of the, like
Not today,
no,
but coming up. Well, I just feel like over the last few years I haven't had enough good thunderstorms.
well, they always burn up. What is it, the Yag Weather Dome, right? Like there's,
what's
there's a storm coming, and then it just
Morgan Ladler, I think it
yeah,
is, something
he
like that
runs that,
on Twitter, and he always talks about the Thunder Dome or
storms
whatever.
coming, and then it quote tweets not today, and then it just disappears.
There was a wild storm last year though, where it hailed and the wind was so wild that I had my MacBook on my dresser, and it's gone because it was soaked.
I had a
Over-
power line go down in my backyard. I had to Epcor came and they had a big light, and they, but it that was wild. But yeah, I think it's probably the same one you were talking about there.
I just want the light show, like a
Yeah, yeah,
ridiculous light show with
Safe
loud
and
thunder
stuff, yeah, I
for
don't
like
want
a
any-
good hour.
Yeah, no hail,
No, we don't need the hail.
don't need the insurance, all that.
Thunder was in all quotes or all caps nonstop for 20 minutes in St. Albert. Says Clausen.
Oh.
Well,
So I'm living in the
Long way
wrong part
away.
of town.
Yeah,
If when I move, I will just focus. I'll ask Clausen where are the best spots to get hit by.
well, they're outside the
thunderstorms.
dome, right? If you're in one of the satellite towns, you're not in the Yag Weather Dome.
Well, it's good. Make the city nice and soggy. No
Yes.
fires.
Yes.
Get the ground
Things are
nice
going
and
to really
wet.
blossom in quite nicely here. That's what I think. YouTube Trev coming up.
Talent's
Just
here.
looking through the window
Talent's
the
here.
way he is. Eric, thank you for this.
Thank you.
This is the EST
Thanks,
Hangout.
Eric.
Oh, Clausen says there is no storm dome. LOL.
Nice.
This is the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage, Canada storage experts, more than 2 decades helping Canadians through life transitions. Canadian storage provider by Canadian. May savings in full bloom. 50% off 12 weeks on all units, 75% off 8 weeks on 5x5 units, 4 weeks free on selected units. YouTube Trev now joining us.
Good day.
Trev, how are you?
I'm really good. How are you, Maddie?
I'm great.
That's good.
Thank you for driving down.
Yeah, no, this is awesome. I'm very happy to be here today. Obviously, it's for a very good cause. And, I'm buzzing right now. We were just talking about the Oilers Dallas and the whole morning show today. It was a very fun show, and, I had a lot of fun. But, it's very nice to be here. Thanks for having me on the show.
Did you get much of a storm yesterday? Because you're on the east side of town, northeast.
What? Yeah, so it's always fascinating to me because being in a big city now, back home, when there was a storm, everyone was
got
in
it.
the storm. But I'm seeing all sorts of videos online, and it's just like, I'm like, where is this happening? Like, oh, this is in the city of Edmonton right now. I'm like, this is not where I am in Edmonton right now. So there was a little bit of rain, but nothing crazy. Like, it was pretty calm. Like, the clouds were dark, but nothing really happened. So it's fascinating to me how big Edmonton is.
It's
Kinda
huge.
neat. It is. Yeah.
Huge.
What
It's
about
over
you
a
guys?
million people.
No, we're just talking about, I didn't get much.
Yeah.
I got a very light thunderstorm. I got the rain. There was a lot of rain, and the wind came.
I
But
did see some wind. I actually did. I saw that.
you saw the wind?
I saw the wind. I saw videos of things blowing all over the
Okay,
place.
because I'm just like,
damn.
just you looking outside, you saw the wind.
You can see the wind sometimes when it's a dust storm, I guess.
I've noticed that from my patio
Yeah.
at times. Like, you could see when the dust type is coming through because you're like, oh, that's a big cloud coming.
It's
or like
spooky.
a big thing. I could also see like when rain's coming sometimes, which is really cool.
It looks cool.
And you just kind of wait for a tornado warning at this point, too.
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised. I haven't. When was the last time? Was it? I know we're kind of off topic here, but tornadoes, do they happen in Edmonton regularly? Like, I know there's the big one in, was it 95?
87.
Was it
87 was
Black
the big one in
Friday?
Edmonton. Or was it 88? No, it was
Oh,
88.
in the 80s. Oh, I didn't know
Well,
that.
87 or 88. Pretty sure it's 87, actually. Somebody will correct me on that one. There was Pine Lake, which is by Red Deer. I was like 03 now or something. 87? Thank you, Eric. Pine Lake was like 03 or something, but I remember it was we got wild weather here, but that's still pretty far away. I recall a couple of times where I've had the tornado watches that have shown up in Edmonton. I don't recall them in a really long time. Josh, I think you're still listening. When would you recall is the last time we had like a
87.
tornado watch? Not a tornado, the tornado watch. 87 was the tornado. Yeah, okay. You've confirmed that. Clausen's confirmed that. I'm wondering, now when was like we've had a watch? Because we don't,
Yeah.
they're not as prevalent.
Would
if you will.
if there was a tornado touchdown, would you ever go like storm watching?
I will say I've always wanted to see a tornado in my life
Me too.
from a decent distance. I do not want to see an F5.
Yeah, no.
I'm good. I probably don't even want to see an F4.
Yeah.
I'd like to see maybe an F3.
Like a little guy. Yeah, I agree. Growing up, I actually, it's funny because Dusty and I had this conversation. He was working for a station back home in Lethbridge, and there was a tornado touchdown, and he had to go cover it. He had to go like report on it, which was kind of neat. But I was in the middle of a soccer game, and all of a sudden we heard the town sirens, and I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? So ever since then, it freaked me out. But as I've gotten older, storms don't scare me anymore. So I'd like to go see a tornado.
I'd see one.
I think that'd be so cool.
I saw this one's like I forgot where, but it was a beach. It was a beach like an ocean, and then I saw two of them, like mini ones swiveling in the distance.
Oh, that's
I
pretty
think
neat.
it was in Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Clausen, thank you, Clausen, for bringing all this info to the show today. It is pretty rare. Had a watch 2 summers ago here in Edmonton.
Oh.
No warning for the city over 5 years.
Damn.
So we haven't had one for the city, which
it's
is what you
time.
want. I also, I was in Mexico a couple years ago, or not a couple years ago, it was like 20 years ago now. The day after we left, a hurricane hit. And I was very sad as a kid because I was like, I want to be like, I was in a hurricane.
Yeah. No, hurricanes
So
are
I'm still sad by that one.
Oh, jeez, Maddie.
No, that'd be terrifying, and then your flight would be delayed, and you gotta
I
go
was
through all
like
that.
13. I don't care about my flight being delayed. I'm staying in Mexico longer. It's not my issue. Parents could deal with us getting back home. I want to say, because while I was there, I was also in a tropical storm, which was wonderful. It was so nice. The water, the rain was just so warm. It was great.
Yeah.
Most people were in their hotel rooms. My brother and I were like mini golfing. It was awesome.
Nice. That's not bad. Yeah. Speaking of traveling, big news on the Nielsen show today.
Yo!
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Wherever we figure that out, when and where, I don't know. TBD to be determined, but
TBD, brah.
yeah, TBD. When did that start? That's a thing.
Brah?
Well, yeah. Well, TBD, brah. I know. Gluback
Jay
says that.
says that bra. Well, I don't know when bra is a lot of.
But it's
who
always
started,
TBD,
but-
bruh.
Yeah, but Jay brought that into the EST, and I can't remember when he brought that in.
Yeah.
But now that's just the thing to be TBD, brah.
Always hearing that on
Glue Guys brought a lot to us in terms of vernaculars and things like that.
Round of Clicks.
Round of Clicks. Round of
Very
Clicks
big.
for Glue Guy right
Yeah,
now.
Round of Clicks.
Round
He
of
brings a
Clicks
lot
for
to the
Glue
table.
Guy. He's, I don't know if he'll be listening because he's got his Tuesday workouts usually. It's usually why he comes a little bit later to the office.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you for calling it a workout and not an activation.
Yeah, I agree. I can't get on
hate
board.
that
with
Hey,
word.
Ralph Kruger came up with that term. Are you saying Ralph Kruger's wrong?
Yes, that is a terrible. I wouldn't be ever. Yeah, I don't know. I can't stand when Tommy says it, and then Zach's jumped on board. Now he says, "I just got activated." No, you didn't.
I haven't heard Zach say that. I'm good.
Fun fact, a tornado always travels west to east. It will never go west. Also, a tornado moves in a straight line. It does not zigzag and change direction like films.
Yeah, let's fix this mic just a little bit.
Oh, they're going to fix my hair. I'm like, what's wrong with my hair?
No, just get that mic there. Sorry, what was that about the tornado?
Straight line, apparently.
And it goes, west to
I
east.
think whenever you see the damage of it, it's pretty it's pretty straight when you see the post damage of that. Jay's listening. So, well, thanks for listening.
Nice.
And no workout today. So Jay's going to be a lot more happier coming in the office because he's not going to be in
Tired.
pain or
Yeah.
tired. Sometimes he gets mad at his trainer.
More energy after a workout, though. That's the trick.
If the trainer's a dick to you and does things you don't want to do and they're both tired
If
from it.
it's cardio, no, I never do.
Okay.
always tired.
Yeah, I usually
Okay.
get so much energy.
We could probably just do a whole show on weather here for
Yeah, I know.
Boston. We're not
good.
really in a tornado-prone area. They're fairly low on our weather risk. More common to get damaging wind from straight-line wind or microbursts. Before I get to that text, he also says that's not
That's
true,
true,
Jazz,
Jazz.
about the straight line.
Okay.
Enough weather, though. Nixon 6.
Nixon
He adds that. So
6.
Fair enough.
we'll see how that goes. Grace has tracked today for Jay in 100 and 200 meter. So good luck to Grace when it comes to that. Pizza Boy says TBD brah was first said on the September 18th show. How would you know that?
Yeah, that's
But,
pretty
another
specific.
surveyor bread on our hands.
Benny also, this show looks bussin'.
Bussin'. Benny, by the way,
Bussin'.
Slay was from our generation.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. Listen to Beyonce. Listen, it's all. Don't even get me
Beyond
started.
Slay.
Yeah, exactly. It's the millennial generation.
Okay,
of
let's
Slay.
find when did Slay become. So right off the bat, it is a slang that possibly originated during the 1600s, but gained its
Slay
current
him.
Gen Z definition from, why does that say ballroom dance? Okay, the Gen Zs have made it something.
Am I Gen Z? I forget what generation I am.
I think you're Gen.
You're what? You're,
98.
He's
Yeah, you're Gen Z.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
nice. Let's
You're
go.
not millennial. The term reached mainstream status in 2016 due to its use by Beyonce in her song Formation, which was performed at the Super Bowl. Formation contains a repeated line, "'Cause I slay, slay, I slay, hey."
Amen. Look at that.
I was right.
It has
I
gained
knew it.
significant popularity in
Yeah.
mainstream uses on social media in both an ironic and unironic context. As a result, it has sparked discussion whether this expanded usage of the term because it comes from an African-American vernacular English speakers, which Jolene had said on Friday. She felt that a lot of slang did come from African-American
Oh, absolutely.
vernacular.
Yeah.
And that's the second one I've looked up this
Interesting.
weekend that has come from there. But slay is millennial, you're saying?
Yes, hence Beyonce. Okay.
Yeah.
And you know what? The Oilers are going to slay today.
WikiHow says it was a Gen
Yeah,
Z
that was good.
thing.
That was good.
WikiHow says it was a Gen Z thing.
Wiki's lost it.
WikiHow is wrong.
Wrong. I will tell the Queen Bee.
Yeah.
Well, just because she said it doesn't mean it's became popular. Like Gen Z kind of maybe made it popular.
Mainstream.
Were you going around saying slay?
Hell yeah, I was.
Huh?
Because I do
You got a
slay.
case.
Okay.
There you go.
Did you hear any of that segment on Friday of us talking about the slang?
Yes,
Heard
this is
lots of
why
laughs.
it was in my notes to be like, Benny, honey, slay is is millennials.
What about the rest of the words? The words that the kids are using these
Man,
days.
my eyes were rolling
Ridiculous.
so hard.
Do you use any of those?
No.
Because you're just part of
Even I-
that.
No, I'm not part of it. I'm
You
like,
kinda-
I'm barely part of it.
But you don't use that sort of
No,
English.
like
Yeah.
Benny and Zach, I'll let them have it, but I'm okay.
Oh,
I'm like you,
Zachy.
I'm like you guys.
Yeah.
I feel like I fit in with you guys.
Zach came in very excited to say some of those words.
I
with Benny.
knew it.
Oh,
I
gosh.
knew it.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good aura today in Edmonton
It is.
for the fans.
Yes. Absolutely. I'm pumped. I'm pumped for tonight's game. I'm expecting big things.
Before we get to that, Eric's gone to get something from the fountain pop machine. Is there nothing better than fountain soda?
Man, I love fountain pop.
Yeah.
And with Coke products, well,
Am I allowed to?
There's just something, and like going for your own refills.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my second job ever was at a theater. And I remember before every show and at the end of every shift, I would have a drink of every single one. Like I'd put 2 seconds. No, I'd have 2 seconds under it, chug, 2 seconds, chug, go through the whole rotation. And it was a lot of fun. Yes, I'm a big fountain pop fan.
That's a great part of
Iced
Popeyes.
tea fountain pop is really good.
Iced tea. I see a Barks root beer looking at me.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's the best root beer in my opinion. I know Reed. What's that?
Oh,
Absolutely.
Remember that commercial?
yes.
Good marketing.
Oh, I miss a lot of things that happened in the late 90s, early 2000s.
I
We
agree.
did things better back
I agree.
then. Okay, Oilers, Stars coming up. Game 4 tonight down at Rogers Place. As I said earlier, the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show with Tommy Hernan. Cass, they'll get you set at 5 o'clock right here in Edmonton Sports Talk. Tommy live at the Canadian Ice House for that one.
Pickard is back up, right? He's back?
It's expected we'll know more. When's morning skate? Let me pull that up here. Morning skate today is 10:30. So there's a media veil window at 9:45, so in 15 minutes, and then there's the morning skates at 10:30. So I'm guessing media veil window means people talking before the morning skate, which is usually its opposite. So we'll know a little bit more then. Think we'll see Pickard, though, back up. And then we'll learn more of whether Matthias Ekholm draws into the lineup. I'll leave it to you two. What would you guys do with Matthias Ekholm?
Do not. Don't.
What are you doing to the lineup right now, knowing that Connor Brown will be out for Game 4? Something has to change. How are you going about this if you were Chris Knobloch?
Jazz, you want to? Yeah, I'll let you pick.
Well, Connor Brown is a huge part of this team, so I don't want to say, oh, it's just one little change. No, we're going to miss him today, but probably put an Arvidsson there or...
Yeah, I think, well, it's tough. Like, everyone has an opinion on this. It's either Arvidsson or Skinner. Like, those are the players. Jeff Skinner, that is. It's probably going to be Arvidsson that slots in.
Or it's Ekholm.
Well,
That's how this plays into this, too.
Like, do you want to...
This is, if you stick with 12 and 6 right off the bat to make it easy, you could go Arvidsson, you go Skinner. You could also then make it 11 and 7 and throw Ekholm in there because you already have to bring in a body. Or... you bring in a forward in Skinner or Arvidsson to replace Connor Brown, and you take out a guy like Troy Stelter, and you bring in Matthias Ekholm. Something is going to have to change, but it's which of those three, almost, if you will, do you prefer?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of said this on the morning show today that Chris Knobloch, he has been vocal about 11 and 7. He's not really ever been a big fan of it, but if you are going to go that way, I mean, I feel like there's no better time to do it than today when you have Matthias Ekholm. And I know a lot of people, and it sounds like, Jazz, you were kind of leaning towards that. Don't mix, don't mess up. And even Gager today, don't mess up a winning lineup, which is exactly what they have. But it's like, I mean, it's Matthias Ekholm coming into the lineup. I don't think he's going to hurt you. I don't think that he'll have any rust, and I said this as well. Like Troy Stelter, he came into the playoffs, guns blazing. I mean, we praised him. Every show, I think, has mentioned how awesome he's been. You hear all the analysts saying he's stepped in. And he looks right. Like he's, for whatever reason, has been maybe the missing piece Darnell Nurse has wanted all these years. But, I mean, Matthias Ekholm coming in, I don't think that really messes up a winning lineup. He's one of the best. He is the best defenseman, all-around defenseman for the Oilers. And then there's the argument, well, if Ekholm doesn't come in tonight and they lose, people are going to be like, well, you should have put in Ekholm, right? You should have put in Ekholm. So... I'm big in throwing in Ekholm. It's kind of, this is a hypothetical, but if Zach Hyman is injured and, he's like, it's kind of the same scenario, like, oh, do you bring in Zach Hyman? It's no question. Obviously, you're going to bring in Zach Hyman. So why wouldn't you do that for Matthias Ekholm?
Because there's two reasons. One is he's not coming back at 100%. This is, like, even Tommy is saying, like, if he rushes back, there is a potential that this could also impact next season where he gets hurt. Like, he's going to be coming back injured. no matter what. So so he's not going to come back at 100. What's he coming back to? Is it 80%? Is it 75%? Is it 70%? He says he's good to go, but it's not like he's just not going to be at 100 at that point. So the issue would be, okay, well, he comes in. What if he gets hurt like he did last time when he came back from injury just a couple months ago, a month and a half ago or whatever it was? Now your whole game just for game 4 is going to be completely changed.
That's fair.
And the other part to then is there was only 6 defenders here, and they're all playing well. And so why mess with that? Like if the Oilers, I'll say this, if the Oilers went tonight and lost, I don't think you could, and they didn't play Matthias Ekholm, I don't think you could blame the Oilers on that one because it's this winning lineup and of the defensive pairings. They won you a lot of games these playoffs, especially when you look at the Golden Knights Star Series. They're rolling. Mm-hmm. You get the benefit of the doubt on not messing with that. Whereas if they lost tonight and then you didn't go to Ekholm and then you lost another game, that's the game I would be blaming of, well, why didn't you try Matthias Ekholm?
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fair. And I mean, I listened to what Matthias Ekholm had to say in his post-practice, pre-practice, whatever it was. And he said, I'm good. I'm feeling good. So I didn't know that. I thought that meant 90.
What you should say.
Yeah. That's fair. I thought he was clicking at a 90% rate. 95 maybe, but if he is still pretty banged up and there's a high chance of him getting injured, then I don't think you'd risk that personally. So maybe
that's what. So
you've changed my mind there,
well,
Matty.
Chris Knobloch said Brown's out, but he says that Ekholm is a maybe. You're right to what you said a little bit ago. If this was Zach Hyman, you'd throw him back in the lineup.
Yeah.
If Matthias Ekholm was perfectly healthy, they would put him back in the lineup. It wouldn't be a discussion. It's the fact that he's actually this also then just shows the fact that he isn't going to be coming back at 100% because Chris Knobloch isn't making his guarantee. And now some people will say, well, that's just what you do in the playoffs is you don't tip your lineup or tip your hands, but it doesn't matter. They wouldn't even go to 11-7 for him to ease his way in. They'd be able to just put him out there knowing Matthias Ekholm's that solid. It's because he's not coming back at 100% that now it's okay, well, how do you mix him into this lineup? And for me, with the way the Oilers are rolling, like after game 1, Dusty and Hernan are going, the Oilers lose, but the Oilers kind of won in their eyes because it's like this series is over. They're not losing this series. So why mess with that in any significant way? Like, to me, 11-7 is a decent change.
It is.
I wouldn't do that when you're up 2-1 in a series where it also feels actually though you're up 3-0.
Yep. No, I think you've changed my mind there, Matty. I'm leaning towards what you're thinking there. You changed my mind. You know what? If you know what, and they do have a winning lineup right now. So, like Gager said, don't break. Or, it's working. It's really working for them. Troy Stelter, he's looked great. If they can, win tonight, that'll be huge. But giving Ekholm a little bit more rest. And I think the Oilers are going to go to the Stanley Cup final, which, will rely on Matthias Ekholm. I definitely think he'll be getting ice time there. And that's when you really need him. So, I side with you, Matty. And Jazz.
By the way, this is the Hangout Headlines brought to you by the Ranch Golf and Country Club, offering premier conditions, a top-notch service, on-to-match value. Book your tee time at theranchgolf.com. Proud home to the EST Golf Classic presented by Play Alberta in June. Prez in the Nasty Chat. The Panthers are overwhelmingly good. They're in a better team than last year. I love the Oilers roster, but the argument could be made we got worse. Need Ekholm to get a game or two before that series. Here's the problem with that, Prez, is you can't guarantee yourself into the next round if you're the Edmonton Oilers. You start thinking that you've gone past the Dallas Stars. That's when the Dallas Stars take advantage and get you there. And look, you go with an 11-7 lineup, let's say, and you mess with the chemistry of this team, and Matthias Ekholm doesn't look as great. Yeah, you're thinking, oh, we're getting ready for the Stanley Cup Finals, but all of a sudden you lose this game tonight and it's 2-2.
Yeah.
Now you also have to deal with, okay, now it's a best-of-3 series and Dallas got home ice once again. One game could easily change a little bit of the series and the momentum around it. And are you really playing with that fire right now? Like, if it's a 3-1 series after tonight, I can understand that a little bit more. It's 2-1. As much as this has felt strong for the Edmonton Oilers, what if the Stars win tonight?
Yeah.
Totally.
It's 2-2.
Yeah,
Going back to Dallas.
I agree with you. I think everybody's kind of jumping the gun a bit here. It's not to say, like, yes, what we're seeing and witnessing is incredible with the Oilers. Like,
It's been awesome.
It's been awesome. Everything from their depth to Skinner. I get it. We're hyper. We're excited. But we cannot sleep on the Dallas Stars. This is still a Western Conference final.
Yeah, the Panthers had 3 guys not play yesterday.
Yes.
They lost.
Yes. And Carolina had their backup.
Freddie was in yesterday.
Yeah.
But
he got the
in
shutout.
game 3, Kochekov was in, I believe. So,
So I was looking today to be like, is Ottinger going to play? Like, would they do the backup with them, right?
No. Otter. Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Although Casey DeSmith's not a bad goalie.
Yeah, no.
I'm
From the
learning-
Canucks.
I'm learning goaltenders just really get the short end of the stick.
Okay, but if you're the
Whatever
Dallas Stars
fan base.
fan, what has Ottinger done in this series that makes you feel good in him right now?
Well, I mean, but it's like the same argument you could say for the Oilers. So, like in the first 2 games of the series against the Kings, it was, Skinner, he hasn't played good, but look at the team in front of him. I feel like that's what you can say for the Stars fans right now. Yeah, Jake Ottinger may not be performing his best, but I mean, you look at the chances that they've been giving up. He's kind of been, Zach Hyman with the breakaway, the 2-on-1 Kane to Hyman. Like, there's been so many grade A opportunities. You'd like him to save one of those, but I mean, the team's not really doing much in front of him. So there's that argument. The Oilers, obviously Oilers fans, we know a lot about this, but yeah, it's interesting.
Blaming goaltending.
Blaming goaltending. That's the thing.
But it's
It's the easy thing to do.
He can be such a great goalie.
He is a great
Like,
goalie.
it's the series they lost to Calgary a few years ago. I remember pulling it up last week, looking at his save percentage in that series. Every game was like above 950.
Yeah.
He was ridiculous, and they lost the series. He's
Yep.
getting absolutely no run support. But I'm not seeing that Ottinger right now. But at the same time, it's like what Mikko Rantanen have the Dallas Stars gotten.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just, you can't just put it on Jake Ottinger. The scoring depth for the Stars is really, it hasn't been there, pretty much all playoffs, especially in this series. It was only game 1 there. Mikko Rantanen has been just a shadow of himself from what we saw in the first 2 series. So, yeah, I mean, the whole team, the Oilers got them right where they want them. And we talked about it. And it's honestly, it is awesome to see, but everything is just clicking so well for the Oilers right now. It reminds me of the Colorado Avalanche when they won the Stanley Cup a few years back. Even when Ovi, he slayed the Penguins there. Slay.
Slate.
When he slayed the Penguins there and was finally able to go to the final, things are clicking and people are stepping up when you're not expecting. I really think last year's playoffs, like the Oilers, I mean, games against the Canucks there, they had to work for it. And I'm not discrediting any of the teams that they've had to go up against, but it looked, the Oilers have made this look easy.
Yeah,
And
you're right.
That's the hard thing to do. Like they're playing and against the Stars right now. I know Belsey said it quite a bit, but you want to play a physical game against the Oilers. Okay, well they can do that. You want to try and a run and gun kind of game. The Oilers can do that as well. So it's hard to beat this team when they're rolling, and then they are. And it's not just 97-29. So.
Yeah, Trev, you make a really good point. It's watching them with the Kings and then Vegas and now Dallas.
Yeah.
And to see the defeat and the team's face on all of those series is a nice thing to see.
There was a part of me, even during the series with the LA Kings, where, and I think it happened to everyone, you thought the LA Kings were going to win that series, especially after the first 2 games, especially at a moment in Game 4. I don't think there was a moment, though, I got a sense that, the Vegas Golden Knights could go win this series.
No.
And I haven't had that sense yet with the Dallas Stars.
You haven't, eh?
It's like even Game 1, like they're a good team. I've seen that they're a good team. I didn't think it would be like, I was surprised just how dismissive people were of the Dallas Stars coming into this series. Not saying that the Stars were going to go win it, but like that there's a team to go up against. But there hasn't been a moment where I've like sat there and I'm like, in this game, Dallas they've got this game. It's always been like the Oilers are just feeling good. Even when something goes wrong for the Oilers, it's like, yeah, they'll be fine. Outside of, when you go to these last 2 series, it's come down to a combined 20 minutes and like 11 seconds or something. Like that last play in in Game 3, it was against the Golden Knights, I guess it was. That was a bad moment. And then the third period in Game 1 against the Stars. Beyond that, the Oilers have just had control.
Yeah.
It's kind of and when you're in this moment of the playoffs, you're supposed to be going up against good teams. And that's why I said yesterday in the Hangout, like I feel like to a degree right now, the Panthers, while they lost yesterday, they still look like they should be going to the Stanley Cup final. They look like a very good hockey team, and the Oilers looking like a Stanley Cup worthy team as well. I think they're sending messages to each other with how they're playing. Like, oh, you're doing that over there?
Yeah.
Watch what we're doing over here.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Like,
Yeah.
they're sending the warning signals early of, yeah, we'll see. We're seeing each other.
Yeah.
We're rolling. And then everyone go, no, we're rolling. And it should make up for what could potentially be an amazing Stanley Cup final rematch.
I think the fans are. You can say the fans are kind of disregarding Dallas right now.
Absolutely, you can.
But so are like the analysts on ESPN and TNT. Like
The only people that should not be disregarding the Dallas Stars are the Edmonton Oilers players and coaching staff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because you still have to go finish that. You still have to go win those hockey games.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I think most people could look at this right now and go, I don't see how Dallas is going to come back and take this is game 4 tonight, 3 of 4.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. That's what I'm kind of looking back at. It's going to be tough. Like it's going to be tough to beat the Dallas Stars here to finish off the series. But for the Stars, like it's going to be even harder. I feel like for the Stars to come up on top of this one. But I mean, credit to what they have been able to do. The Colorado Avalanche, they thought the same thing going into the third period.
Yeah, that's
they are a very skilled team, and they can they capitalize on chances. They remind me a lot of the Vegas Golden Knights. Like they can at times sit back, and if you give them any time and day, they're going to capitalize on their chances. And they do have the firepower, more so I'd say this year than years previous, obviously with Mikko Rantanen. But something just feels different. It feels like last year the Oilers really, really had to work to get a win, and like it just feels like they can shut down a game right now. They can, when they need goals, they can get goals. It feels like it's clicking, and that's what I keep on going back to. It's just clicking for the Oilers this year, and I love it.
Kreger in the nasty chat. The LA Kings were the best team in the NHL after the Four Nations. Oilers slayed the biggest dragon in the playoffs already.
Nice, I like that.
Me too.
That is very good.
But the Panthers were also hurt after the Four Nations in a significant way.
Yeah, Kachuk out, and then Ekblad gone for 21 games, was it? Quarter of the season there? Or not a quarter, close to.
Yeah, well, Ekblad's a cheater.
He is a cheater. That's a team bunch of cheaters.
Yeah.
So the Oilers have scored first in every single game of this series.
Just awesome.
The first game, it was the Stars responded to make it 1-1, and then the Oilers took a bigger lead, which they ultimately blew in the end. Scored 3. They were up 3-0, obviously, because it was the final in Game 2, and they got up 2-0 last game. That's the other part to this is that, like, I think if you're looking from a Stars perspective, you're saying we need that first goal. We need that. And the Oilers, it's just been a struggle of theirs for a long time. In this series, it hasn't been. They just come out, they play well, they assert their dominance of the game to start, they get that lead, and they tell Dallas, yeah, you're going to have to work for this.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? Doesn't matter if Dallas scores first anyway there, Maddie and Jazz.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
That's why I haven't.
This team knows exactly what they're doing.
You nailed it. This is why I'm not
got
yelling
them right where
score
they want
first. Yeah, or score next or whatever.
Well, the score next is a big one. I will say that. Like, there are moments, and Reed talks about this too, and him and I, when we were at games, we sit there, and there are moments, though, it's like, when they struggled against the LA Kings or something, what would happen is they didn't get that next goal. Or, in that Dallas game, like, you sometimes just need to put it away. They did it last game. It was 2-1. It looked like if you're going into the third period 2-1, the Dallas Stars, based on refs' game managements, the Stars were going to get the next power play. If they score on that, it's a 2-2 hockey game. Oilers blew a 2-0 lead. That's where the Oilers, at times, it's like you need that next goal to just put it away. And what happened was Connor McDavid found that next goal to put it away 3-1.
Yeah.
And that was just the killer as the Dallas Stars slump, walk into the locker room. And as Tommy pointed out yesterday, too, that late goal in the period is something the Oilers would have allowed many times in the past. But they finally have done it the other way.
They're different.
They are very different.
This team's different. No, that goal, like, I'm going to look back on this, so hopefully. But when I saw that goal, and I know this might seem like a hot take, or, you're Trev, like, hold the horses. There's still a lot of series left, but had that goal, like, I'm telling you that just the way the Stars looked after that goal, like, that looks like a significant gut punch. Like, okay, like, you know what, we just gave it our all there. Like, it was tough. I don't know. I just thought, I was like, that was serious right there. And maybe a hot take, but just the way, man, like, they gave everything they could. And the Oilers, all they had was that one chance, which was nice to see Connor score from afar, I will say. But, Man, there's something about it. I seen that Dallas Stars team, the way they they just came off the ice there. It looked a lot like the Kings in this Stanley Cup playoffs this year. It looked a lot like the Vegas Golden Knights as well. Like they just looked deflated after that goal.
Exactly.
And the Oilers are getting the breaks that are working in their favor. I know that there's missed penalties that are happening, and I'm not taking those ones away. But the Vegas series, what happened to Stone? That ended up leading to the Oiler goal because that was overtime goal.
Oh, it was. What was
it? Just the slash or the slew foot or whatever it was? But there should have been a penalty.
Yeah, there should.
And instead, the Oilers go the other way and they score a goal.
Yeah,
they win the game. You go to last game.
What happened
there? There should have been a penalty, and instead the Oilers go and they score 2 goals pretty quickly and put that game away. Like they are also getting those breaks that you need when you go back and look at championship-winning teams. When you go back and look at championships. Often there's those moments where you just go, oh, well, there's a break that they got. They took advantage of it, not taking away the other good that they're doing. But it's like in the Oilers in the past, those breaks went the other way.
Yes.
They would miss there would be a missed penalty on the Oilers, and the other team would go and score 2, and the Oilers' season would come to an end. Or they'd go to LA and there's that high stick, whatever weirdness happens, where then they lose an over. The breaks are going the Oilers' way right now, which also makes me go like, this is a team of destiny right now a little bit.
That's why, I keep going back to the Colorado Avalanche when they won the Cup. I know the conference final there, Cale Makar offside. Was he offside? Like, that was a break. And I remember watching the Avs, like, so closely. I watched every game in that playoffs, but, like, that was a significant break. And then it was just they were just getting everything. It's like Dusty and Tecmo. It just gets all the breaks. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why he's good.
It is. It's honestly ridiculous. He caught everything yesterday. Anyway.
Yeah, that's how that Tecmo gods. You'll learn about the Tecmo gods.
Yeah. They're against me. They're against YTT.
You had a tough spot. You were Seattle. You weren't going to do much with Seattle, dude.
I beat Zach with Seattle.
Yeah, I beat Zach. I put up 51 on Zach. And I stopped playing at the end.
Yeah, but he got a touchdown on you.
Yeah, you got a touchdown on Dusty.
Yeah, but Zach didn't get a touchdown on me because my defense is stellar.
Okay, but still, like...
I'm just joking, Maddie. Oh, Maddie's going to pummel me. And
49, who did he play with you?
I don't know.
He had like Oakland or something.
3-3. We're our worst teams.
That would be LA at the time.
Yeah, it was the Raiders.
Yeah, he had the 49ers against me. They catch everything.
Oh, okay.
They catch everything.
That's what it is.
You throw to Jerry Rice and stuff, and those boys are catching every single ball that's coming down to them. So that was a tough part for me.
Big U, the Oilers have scored first and had a 2-goal lead in each game. Rip City. The amount of diving the Panthers did last year in the finals, glad the refs are already assuming every time they fall, it's a dive this year.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Kachuk last night. Got the embellishment.
And they scored, right? Carolina
scored on that one? I think it was 4-4. I don't know if they scored on that one, but I will say that was like the first time I didn't think that Kachuk actually dived, which was kind of funny. I was like, I actually think he fell there, but
that's sometimes where you build the reputation where you stop getting the benefit of the doubt.
Yep.
Where you've done it enough, and the refs think, well, no, you probably were. I'm just going to call it. You keep diving, like something's happening there. Either you're embellishing or whatever. So they just called him for something.
That was good.
Deal with that.
Absolutely. And if there was a rematch, I don't know. And there is one team that scares me remaining in the NHL, and it is the Florida Panthers. Because they are.
What scares you most about the Panthers?
I mean, everything that I say about the Oilers, they can do, as well and maybe even better. Like, they are more physical if they want to, and their pressure, man, like, it was funny. Everyone going into this series, it's going to be interesting to see how Carolina's pressure and run and gun game and the Florida Panthers pressure as well, how it collides, what's going to happen. And I mean, it's not even close. Like, their forecheck is insane. They have and just watching the Carolina Hurricanes on the power play, the aggression, the pressure, it doesn't stop for the Florida Panthers. They are so just eager to get the puck, even on the penalty kill, which is just crazy. But probably the physicality. Long story short, the physicality.
That's fair. Because that's the thing. The Oilers they went up against. Well, Vegas they showed it, but Dallas, everyone's like, well, the Oilers are more physical.
Yeah.
Now, how are they going to match up against a Panthers team that will go bang and hits and do all of that? Bobrovsky's the one though that I'm intrigued by because He's had his moments where he's looked good, but he also has had like those first few games against Toronto. I'm just looking at that in the series: 833, 800, 871 save percentage, 882 save percentage in that game 6. I think Florida or Toronto laid a blueprint for the Oilers to go beat this team, and like Toronto, Edmonton would have home ice.
Yeah,
which is just wild to think.
And yeah, it is actually crazy to think
is.
that. But that's what I kind of keep on going back to kind of calm myself down. I'm like, okay, the Toronto Maple Leafs were able to make a 7-game series out of the Panthers, the reigning Cup champs.
Yep.
I think the Oilers are better than the Toronto Maple Leafs, not even close. So that's the one thing I'm like, I keep on going back to that.
Don't you think the Panthers fear the Oilers?
No.
Really?
Why should they?
Well, look at the Oilers.
Look at the Panthers. The Panthers could sit there and say, we won the Cup last year against these boys. And did they win both meetings against the Oilers this season?
They did.
And this is why back when
annoying.
The Oilers met the Panthers this season, I said it's important to, I felt at least when that one of those matchups, but especially that first one, is you want that little shred of doubt being put into the Florida Panthers.
Okay.
Why would the Panthers have any doubt? They have none. The Oilers are good.
They're a different team now.
But where in what ways are they the different
Well, we have
team?
the depth. The Oilers have the depth
They
now.
had depth last year.
I
They
guess
got
so.
depth
If you
scoring
wouldn't go
last
to
year.
the
It's
Stanley
different
Cup.
depth than that, but it's still Connor. It's still Leon that's on the Oilers.
That's right.
It's still Stuart Skinner, and they beat them last year.
The team is relatively healthy too, other than Ekholm and Connor Brown. Sure,
That's a big thing.
Yeah,
But that's like there's when you get to a level like that, you're very confident in yourself. When you're the Florida Panthers, you sit there and go, "We beat them in 7 last year. We beat them in 2 meetings this year. Yeah, this team's playing well. This team's good. We're better."
you're the king of this is the regular season, which I agree with you. Is different.
Yeah. But that's why it's like they have zero reason to be concerned about inside, like internally. I understand why they would be that way. Now you go beat them in the first game. That may change some things.
Yes.
But going into the series, I don't think the Florida Panthers would look at the Edmonton Oilers and be like, "Ooh, we're worried about this team."
Yeah.
I think the Oilers are more so eager to play them.
Yeah.
It's like they want to get this over
They
with
want
as
the
fast as
redemption.
exactly.
I feel like
They want redemption
the
here.
Panthers' mindset is a lot like the Oilers' mindset going up against the Kings the last few years. They're just like, we beat them before. And I mean, that didn't stop the Oilers. That's what they talked about, is the belief in this group, and we know we can beat them. The Florida Panthers are thinking the exact same thing. And Paul Maurice is, in my opinion, the best coach in the league. They've got that going for him. But yeah, I mean, they're the real deal. They can do everything the Oilers can do, and maybe even better. You can argue that.
And the Oilers never made it easy for them last year.
No.
No,
One goal. I always say it's one goal.
The
Yeah.
big
That's what it
thing I would say, though, for
came down to.
where I would be worried about a potential Stanley Cup Finals against the Panthers is the fact that the Oilers actually have home ice, which would be
Yeah.
the first time in these playoffs. And the good part I like about starting on the road is you need a split. You get a split, you've taken back home ice. You now have the advantage. You then got to go back home with a chance to take a 3-1 series lead if you got this split. But even worst case, you lose the 2. You come back home looking for this to tie the series. So you got to go home.
Yeah.
So for the Oilers, the pressure would be more on them in the first 2 games, not to lose home ice advantage, as opposed to the Panthers coming to town.
I agree. The more and more I'm thinking about it, I actually like that you don't have home ice advantage.
I would rather start on the road.
I agree with you
because I
guys.
like
Like the
exactly what you
Kings,
said.
yeah.
I like the
Yeah.
idea of, even if you lose 2, well, you're going back home. If you take 2, oh, that's awesome. You're going back home. And if you split, I mean, you're like, it's just, I like it a lot.
If I could change it, I would say I would want a 2-2-1-2 series. So the away team, the lower seeded team starts at home. The higher seeded gets the next 2.
Okay.
Then you go back to the lower seed for the 1, and then the higher seed gets the last 2 games.
Oh.
So you still get your 4-game advantage.
It's not a bad idea.
You
man.
get games 4, 6, and 7, which are all potentially series clinching games at home.
Yeah.
And as opposed to splitting that 2-2, because it'd be 4 and 6 for the away team or for the lower seeded team and 5 and 7 for the home team. And you get to start on the road where it's like, okay, we just need the series split. We just need the split here. And then we come home and we get home ice. Or you already have home ice. At that point, it would change that a little bit more. But yeah, I would love the option if I was a team to be able to, I'd rather do a 2-2-1-2 series or maybe even like if you want 1-2-1-1-1 or whatever it goes. But and I don't like that part as much.
Okay.
2-2, 1-2 series is what I would like to see.
I agree with you, Mr. Iwanyk.
Well, thank you, Trev.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you a lot today, which is good. I like agreeing.
Most people
with Matty.
don't, so I don't
Because
know if they're good or bad.
He's
It's the
always
aura.
right. He's always
It's the
right,
aura.
so I like
Yeah.
agreeing with him.
K69er. Oh, never mind.
Well, I know Glue Guy.
His comment got removed.
Yeah, he's retracted it.
I know Glue Guy has contacts with NHL, as was seen yesterday on the oil stream. So maybe we can get Glue Guy's contact and you can pitch
What
that.
did he do on the oil stream? I missed the oil stream.
He confirmed a stat that
Oh.
Zach Hyman.
Oh,
after-
he did that. Did he do that with Elias Sports?
It was NHL.com. He
Yeah.
said.
Okay, the NHL. Then yeah, we set him up. He liked doing that early in the season.
Okay. That's cool.
Andrew Ree, I get hate, but I like the 2-3-2 format. So we're missing a game there, aren't we?
Nope.
No, that is 2-3-2. Oh, so yeah, no, I know the 2-3. So, but the home series has to start with 2, then you go back for 3, then you go on the road for 3, and then you're home for 2. But again, to me, that takes away. It's that little extra pressure for the
I
home
agree.
team in those to start. That's where I'd rather know I'm coming home still.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that
'cause-
would be a thing that would concern me a little bit about a Panthers series. Is that the Oilers actually are home. It's great later in the series
Yeah.
because we believe last year that if the Oilers had home ice, that maybe they go win that Game 7. But it's getting to that point.
Yeah. No, that is interesting. That's one thing. The more and more I'm thinking about it, I'm getting a little bit nervous. Starting at home, the Stanley Cup final.
Well, don't be nervous.
I thought that I'd like it, but maybe
Don't
I
be
don't
nervous.
anymore.
It's just that it makes more. This will be an interesting series. Should that be the case that happens? Because the other night, maybe the Panthers blow it.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe.
They lost 3 straight to the Oilers last year. Maybe they lose 4 straight to the Hurricanes this year.
I'm praying.
Wow, that'd be
be
crazy.
choke.
But that's not gonna happen.
Halliburton choke.
Yo, yeah, I like that one. Good boy.
Thank you.
403 number. A healthy.
Nice.
So Oilers outplayed Florida in 5 or 6 games last year, so it was frustrating. They didn't win. A healthy Kane makes a huge difference for the Oilers. Oilers D is better too with Wallman and Klingberg. Game 7 you want at home. Imagine last year. Game 7 at Edmonton. And I agree with you in that
that's
sense because I plan to travel to wherever the cup is going again this year or whatever, right?
Oh,
It is what
nice.
it is. And it'd be awesome to just do it at home and like be in the atmosphere here and experience that. So, I mean, hopefully it's not, that'd be just,
That would be awesome.
I just can't even
Traveling
imagine it's just going to be amazing.
on the road again. Did you go to all, or you just went to, what games did you go to
I
last
went
year?
to, I went to game 6 here.
Okay.
And then I went to game 7 in Florida, so I left.
what it was.
Right away.
Quite the trek.
Man,
What a journey that must
mental
have been.
health, I had problems.
imagine.
For that. This is why I was traumatized in the PTSD. Okay.
Aw.
To
Was it-
see Florida again in the finals, by the way, my goodness gracious.
Looking back at it, like obviously the Oilers lost, but was it worth it?
Yes.
It was still okay. Well, that's good.
I get asked that question all the time, and
Yeah.
it was a hell of an experience that I get to have forever. And to know that the Oilers most likely will advance again this year is something else. Because everybody's like, oh, what if they don't go back to the Stanley Cup this year? Considering, the early on in the season. But personally, I'm a believer in this team. So,
I am
yes,
too.
I'm very grateful. And
That's
if they win the Cup this year, my God.
This is the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage right here in Edmonton. Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports, presented by Play Alberta. YouTube Trev, Jasmine Sidhu, Matt Iwanyk with you here. We're live at Popeyes, just off 170th Street on the West End here in Edmonton. As today, it would have been Benjamin Stelter's birthday. So today, donations, net proceeds will be from 21 Popeyes in northern Alberta, including this one here on 170th, will be donated to the
That's
Ben
so cute.
Stelter Foundation. Ben loved Popeyes. He requested it for his birthday and following his cancer treatments. His favorite meal was the tenders, mac and cheese, and a Coke, a classic combination. So come on down today at any point, a Popeyes location if you're anywhere here in Edmonton or northern Alberta. Also until June 3rd, any Popeyes location in Edmonton, St. Albert, Lloyd, Red Deer, and Grand Prairie are doubling as a donation site for the Ben Stelter Foundation. So you can come down and also make a donation to the foundation. So do a good deed, get some good food, and get ready for an Oilers game, or as we said when Eric was on the Hangout, celebrate a big Oiler win with some Popeyes As we said, Oilers, Stars, also GCLT's Oil Stream. Pre-game show, that gets going 5 o'clock. Tommy will be at he'll be at the Canadian Ice House tonight. But at Popeyes today, we are here until 5 o'clock. This location will, and I think pretty much all of them open up at 10:30. So come on down to just a little under half hour till they will open, and you can get that chicken in you.
I love Popeyes.
But we will be here as a station until 5 o'clock. Also, coming up in this second hour of the Hangout, I do got Stingers tickets I need to give away. Portions of this hour of the Hangout also brought to you by the Hive Product Marketing, official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk, promotional products that bring the buzz. Check them out, thehiveproductmarketing.com. Thank you. Thank you for doing that.
You're very welcome there, Maddie.
It adds very nicely to the read, too, because
I
I
know.
can't do it while I'm reading it.
Yeah.
But if you do it while I'm reading it, boom.
Teamwork. That's what I'm talking about.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes, sir.
That's how
This
it
is good.
goes.
No, this is good. I love being at Popeyes. I only have one location back home. Got it right when I moved here. And I'm very fortunate. Everywhere I look, Popeyes.
I remember when I first came to Edmonton.
Me too.
It was a big thing,
Big
hey?
deal. It was a
Huge.
big deal.
I can imagine.
They
And
brought a
for-
bunch to the old place, and we had a bunch to eat, and it was like, wow, this is some good chicken.
It's like usually fads in Edmonton, they die out in like 3 months, maybe, all those lineups.
This is stuck.
But Popeyes was like all year long. Like it was like you had to make like a game plan with your family to be like, okay, what time are we going to go? Because there's always a lineup and blah, blah, blah. So
Yeah.
I really encourage you, if you haven't tried it, to try it. It's really
also
crispy.
good.
It's like really fresh,
Yeah,
you know?
on their sides.
their sides.
I do
Their
like
Love
their
the fries.
biscuits.
Oh,
the biscuits. I like them with butter. I know people
Oh,
that
that's good.
you dip them in gravy, but with butter. They're
No,
really good.
biscuits with butter. Give me those biscuits.
Yeah, I like the.
They did. Well, I was reading that oil streamliner for a while because it had, I think it was strawberry biscuits, and I always just kept doing biscuits with it.
Strawberry
I don't know why I got that, like saying things like that. It wasn't biscuits from Toby, who used to, we had on the Hangout once. I don't know why for biscuits. I always have to say it that way. It's just fun.
That's good.
one
I
of-
like it.
I love Popeyes fries as well. They're always crispy.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
no-
no, I love
yeah.
their fries.
Yeah.
Everything about them.
Yeah.
It's unreal. I remember my first time coming here. Not at this one, but back home. It was a thing. I went with a bunch of buddies, and it was a real good time. Popeyes.
This one also proudly Canadian owned
That's what I'm talking
and
about.
operated. Smith, TM14 in the nasty chat. I do want to throw this out there. Elks will reveal in New Jersey on June 5th. If you go to their website, I don't know where it is on their website. There's a story, but if you Google Elks Jersey launch, it'll take you to the story. Anyone's welcome to go watch the Elks' new jersey this year. They will start their season June 7th on the road, which is also potentially going to be a busy day because the Oilers potentially might start a Game 1 Stanley Cup final on Saturday, June 7th. That's what it sounds like it might be. Tommy, I think, said that on the oil stream yesterday.
June 7th.
June 7th.
Holy crap.
And then, and also, like, I also did the math this weekend.
Okay.
June 23rd is the last possible day of the Stanley Cup. I looked at the schedule where I did, okay, you take 2 days off between travel breaks, and it took me to June 7th for game 1. So it'd be June 7, June 9 is my guess. If this is like last year,
Remember, they dragged it
June
out like
7,
crazy.
June 9, June 12th, June 14, June 17, June 20, June 23
Yeah.
is how it would go if it was like last year, and it does start on June 7th. So the Oilers would then get going at 6. Elks in BC when Snoop Dogg plays, that gets going just after 8 o'clock. So could be a busy time for Edmonton. And then the Elks yesterday announcing a couple things. Dwayne Mendruziak is coming back to the organization to celebrate his 50th season with the Green and Gold as a community ambassador. And also the fire truck is coming back. Those that remember the big fire truck, not that mini one that they brought out, the big fire truck, it's back. You'll see it at Commonwealth this season.
Oh, so that
They
was.
used to drive, so when they'd score touchdowns, the truck would drive around the field and they'd throw footballs into the stands.
What?
It was really cool.
Oh, okay. Well, there's that to look forward to. I can't wait. Yeah, I didn't know that, Manny. That's very.
I gotta
informative
see
there.
if I can find it for you.
Fire truck.
Oh,
like
it's so
an
cool.
actual? Is it like legit fire truck?
Oh, like it would have been something you would have seen from like retro fire truck.
Oh, okay. Well, that's-
Ripsing Arvidsson is in as per Shog.
I will go take a look at that right away. Here. Yeah, here it
Here.
is.
No alcohol.
That.
Oh,
Oh,
hey,
wow.
look at that. Wow, that's an antique.
That's nice.
And then they would go throw it, and then so this is from 2011, but this is the truck, and it was just going to take too much to repair. And I think Larry was just like, screw it, repair it,
Perfect.
fix it, get
so
it
that's
going.
the one they're bringing back. The
They're
OG.
supposed to be bringing that back.
Oh, wow. I like
Yeah,
that.
I think that was announced yesterday. So
it's not a copycat
well, no,
one.
they're bringing that back, but I'm just going to be fascinated to see, how it is. Like when Larry was driving through the Calgary Stampeders.
Yeah.
That was in the mini one.
That was funny.
So the big one's coming back, which is big news. You said Rashog had the tweet there?
Yeah, there's it's all over Twitter with the Pierre LeBron as well.
Well, let's take a look here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will be in to take over Connor Brown. Also, Knobloch says Ekholm won't come back tonight. Pickard will start. Or Pickard will back up. Will back up. Sorry.
Breaking
Pretty
news.
Sorry.
First.
Calm
Pickard
down.
started.
I am
Calm
sorry.
down.
EST Hangout.
Calm down. Okay.
Pickard starting.
Skinner is playing.
backing up
Skinner. Skinner.
He is playing. Sorry.
Everybody's
My
gonna
bad.
lose it.
Sorry. Okay, let's refresh. Thank you everyone for listening to the EST Hangout presented by
Oh my
Sentinel Storage,
God.
EdmontonSportsTalk.com, tune in, iHeartRadio, watching on YouTube and listening to podcasts wherever you get your podcasts. Chris Knobloch has said Matthias Ekholm won't come back tonight. Calvin Pickard will back up Stuart Skinner. And Victor Arvidsson will be in for the injured Connor Brown. So not a lot. Chris Knobloch not electing to change. One, I guess there's two parts to this. One, electing not to make major changes to his lineup, but also to Tom Gazzola's reporting, which has been up from yesterday and through the last weeks. He, from what he's heard and what he's believing, is that Ekholm's actually really not that close to getting back. He wants to get back, but he's not close. And it's a point of risking next season if he were to come back too soon. So this isn't the case even of necessarily of Chris Knobloch just not electing to put Ekholm in. It still might be just Ekholm isn't ready. And it'd be interesting to see if he gets ready. Lieutenant Eric tweeting, Calvin Pickard is in tonight in a backup role.
That's too good.
Yeah, he's in. He's in.
He's in as a
Pickard
backup.
is in tonight. I believe the tweet needs to come is thanks tips. I saw that yesterday. Yeah, we sure. A few things we can talk about after the show. So there you go. There's your update on the Edmonton Oilers. What were we going to say?
I got a question for you guys.
Shoot.
And this was a conversation that was had last week, maybe the week prior, but I really wanted to get in on it because it was very controversial with one, Tom Gazzola. Victor Arvidsson is in. Jeff Skinner yet remains in the dark up top watching a team that he chose to play for, and yet he has yet to play more than one game in the playoffs. Obviously, the longest drought or streak, I should say, over 1,000+ games with no playoff games. But he got his one this year. So the question, I know it was asked, do you feel bad for Jeff Skinner? But I don't know your answer.
A personal human perspective, I do. Your dream, any kid that dreams of playing in the NHL dreams of going to win the Stanley Cup, and to go win the Stanley Cup means you go dream. You're playing in the playoffs. Just getting one game isn't what your dream. It's not. I just want to go play one game. It's I want to play consistently in the playoffs. I want to be in the playoffs. So from that perspective, I do. There is a part though I do understand that's like, okay, but if I was in his shoes, I'd be disappointed. But I also sit there and be like, I've made a crap ton of money in my life. I've scored goals in the NHL. Like I have accomplished a dream. My life is set up.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot to look bad on on my career. There are players that come into the NHL that never get to play in a playoff game, and he's still got one even.
Yeah.
But in the end, I do feel bad that it's almost like, I guess in one way, it's like you got the token game even.
Yeah. It's like, there you go. Okay. There it is. Yeah. Jess?
At least he got it.
Yeah. He did.
If the Oilers are winning right now, that's all that matters. So if that's what you play rec sports, and sometimes you just don't want to lose for your team. If you're not a good player, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not saying that he's not a good player, just to say that if it takes the team to win without you, then that's just the way it is. Sorry if it sounds savage, but in a human perspective, Maddie's right. It sucks, but.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair.
Why would you change stuff around right now?
Yeah, no, I get it. I was interested. It all depends. What's that?
Write down your order.
Are you kidding me?
We'll get some stuff.
Oh
I'm just
gosh.
gonna throw that out there.
Okay, perfect.
So let you guys continue. Sorry to interrupt.
Well, yeah, no. I like it. It all depends on the context because I look at it and I get where Tommy's coming from. You can look at it like the person outside of hockey. Yeah, he's a millionaire and he's whatever, right? He's made all the money in the world, and to some people, that's okay. He played in the NHL. That's awesome. But I don't know. I just go back to, like, as a player, I just feel bad because that's what everyone talks about. And the fact that he chose this team, and I don't think it's really unwarranted why he shouldn't be in the lineup. Like, as far as goals that he had this season, I mean, he had more goals than a lot of the Oilers' bottom six, and he played a substantial amount of games less than them. So, I don't know. I truly feel bad for him. No one really knows why. It's Rashog, he talked about it. We had him on quite a bit this year, and he asked the question. Knobloch said he didn't really give an answer. So I feel bad for him. I really wish he was in, but that's just my thoughts.
Yeah, and I get that, and everyone, yeah. We'll see. There's still time.
There's
still time to possibly get
Yeah.
back.
Who knows?
There
And
is.
that's the thing. There's a big
still time.
question mark looming over his head. Who knows? Who really knows? You see what Matthias Janmark, Connor Brown have been able to do. You give him one game, and this first playoff game ever. I mean, every playoff performer in their first game is obviously going to have crazy nerves. I don't know. It's just the one game's not enough for me, but that's my opinion.
While you write down your order, and then you can write down your order. Let's get to Play Alberta over or under. Brought to you by Play Alberta. Download the app today at playalberta.ca. You can click on EST specials. All of our special parlays just go right there. It's very easy to find the EST specials. It's just right as you open it up on the app. It's just on the bar below that says daily specials, and it says right below that EST specials. 100 sports is your promo code if you deposit 20 or more, and you get a free $100 sports bet, or you can use YEG50 when you deposit $5 or more to get a free $50 sports bet. Right now, the early bird bet, Edmonton Oilers to win, Connor McDavid an assist, Bouchard an a point, Hyman a point. That is boosted. That is plus 341. We'll have the lock shop parlay. We'll have the DGen Den grandest parlay go up there, and Jay's play of the day, which hit yesterday on the Hurricanes. That will be going up at Play Alberta. Let's look at tonight's game. Edmonton Oilers, Dallas Stars. The over-under right up at 6.5 plus 100 to be over. Do you guys think that tonight we're going to see a
Under.
a high-scoring game? You think under? You think this is going to be a tight defensive game?
I do. I think Dallas has a lot to lose here.
So they're going to...
They're going to be protecting that net.
That's a good
fair.
question. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Can I get fries?
I don't know.
Nah,
Yeah, sure.
I won't
think you
be
can
there.
get
I'm
fries
just
with
gonna-
that. Well,
I
it's
think
a
this is
crispy
okay.
sandwich
I'm
plus
thinking-
fries.
Yeah, just do a meal.
Meal. Okay.
Yes.
I'll throw a biscuit in there.
Boom. There we go.
Just one little biscuit.
Do you think high-scoring game?
I do. I think there's going to be quite a bit of goals tonight. Actually, I just I see your point of view there, Jazz, and yeah, I get that. Like, I think they're going to be very, stingy defensively, and they're not going to give up much. But also, I think they are desperate. I think they're a desperate team, and they want goals. So I think they're going to be out of position. They're going to go a little bit more run and gun, and I think that's going to favor the Oilers a little bit. So I think they're going to give up more offensive chances, which will lead to them having some defensive blunders, which will the Oilers will be able to take advantage of. But I do think that they are going to be able to capitalize on some of their scoring chances. So I could see like another, maybe like 5-3 game, Oilers.
5-3.
Is that over? What was the over?
That's
6.5.
it's
That's over.
6.5.
That's 8.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm picking the over.
Yeah, I don't see the Oilers not scoring goals. I don't see the Dallas Stars being a team that they're getting. They have too much offensive firepower.
Yeah.
To be held, to what, 1 goal in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
I think the Oilers were looking at I could see 4-3 empty net goal, 5-3.
Yeah.
Ends this type of thing. I'd take the over on this one.
I would
Absolutely.
As well.
I think that there's going to be a high scoring game here, and that's not anything on Stuart Skinner's played great. That's not even like he's not going to play well. It's just I think that at some point you have to give respect to the Dallas Stars offense.
Yeah.
And I think that they're going to score.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that, I just think it's going to be over. I think that because they are going to be desperate, that it's going to show. I think the Oilers will be able to capitalize, but I still think that they'll be able to capitalize on their chances as well.
6.5, eh?
You've got the meal.
And especially like if the Oilers do start strong, if they already do have some goals, coming out of the first, I feel like the Dallas Stars, they're going to be even more desperate. And
You're a server right now.
They're going to be cheating quite a bit more.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Thank you, server LT. So
He's now
my
like
thoughts.
judging.
And
Yeah, I'm watching
also,
his judging.
He's looking at the orders and
me
he's
too.
judging.
Like, relax.
if I could have ranch with that too, please. Sorry, I forgot to write that. But also, did you hear Dusty's stats for Game 4s? Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. They put up numbers. I think Connor McDavid has averaged 2 assists.
Right, but then Skinner doesn't give up goals in Game 4.
Well, never mind then, because that's going against
It's
what
gonna
I
be like a
just said.
5-0.
You're always changing my mind, Maddie. Damn it. You know what? Nah, I'm still going. I'm still going lots
your
of goals.
penmanship is pretty good. I'm quite surprised.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
I had to look at your penmanship.
I always
It's
had.
awful.
Yeah, I know. I think because of your cards. When I
How? Okay.
Because of my what?
the hangout cards.
My Hangout cards are printed out.
Yeah.
Is your writing?
What are you going? Yeah. It's written out. It's typed out and printed. There's no.
call me-
You can't just
just call me, Maddie,
You can't
hurry
call me
up.
out on something, and then when I say, well, I don't write them out, and you just go, yeah, and
your
wave me.
pen-
and
you know what? Because
I
the
type 'em
calendar.
out.
Because
I
the
type 'em out.
calendar.
What
okay?
calendar?
The calendar with all the guests on it.
That's just in my office for me.
Yeah, but the penmanship is awful.
Do you have neat
It's
writing?
like doctor's writing.
You
yeah.
just well, so smart people have bad writing. It's penmanship.
You know what?
That's how that goes.
There is a theory out there. I'm pretty sure
Right.
there's studies on that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's legit. But
Oh, it's
and
Thanks for the compliment there, Jasmine. Then I'll go there.
burn.
my writing is like the
Burns
nicest
me.
ever, and I'm not that smart.
No,
so
that's
it
really
kinda
nice. You have
checks.
like very girly writing.
Oh, that's just mean to him.
You know what? I'll take it. I always got
Why
compliments.
can't you just say it's just like it's a good, clean rating?
Yeah, right?
Why
I'm
can't you
like,
just
well, I was
compliment him?
watching him write, I just got
Trev, you want to know
distracted.
something? You have amazing penmanship.
Thank you.
I
You
said
don't have to
that
qualify
first.
it in any way, shape, or form. Just
Yeah.
you have great penmanship, Trev.
I said
Thank you.
you have great penmanship before I went a little further to be like, it's really nice because it's girly writing.
Yeah, believe it or not, I get it from my dad. His writing is like it's otherworldly good. Like it's actually insane. But I always got compliments from my English teachers growing up. Trev, you have the nicest writing in this whole class. Yeah,
Attaboy.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you learned something.
Yeah.
today. I got good writing.
We do have a pair of tickets to the Edmonton Stingers to go away for tomorrow's night's game. They're back home at the Expo Center. It's an Oiler off night. It's going to be super hot outside, so you can go get a little bit of AC in and go watch some basketball. So we do have a pair of tickets to give away here on the Hangout. A few more to give out later throughout the day. I want to get this done. Tonight, Knicks, Pacers.
Knickerbockers?
The
Like,
Knickerbockers
that's
and the
Reed says there?
Pacers. Well, that's their name.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, but it's like Reed says that because that's their name.
Yes, fair enough. Fair enough.
Knicks, Pacers. Who leads that series? Text us 780-218-9999 if you would like to win a pair of tickets and are able to use the pair of tickets to the Stingers game tomorrow night down at the Expo Center. Text us who leads that series right now. The series is 2-1. Just who leads that series? 780-218-9999, and that's to win a pair of tickets to the Edmonton Stingers game tomorrow down at the Expo Center. I should double check who they're playing here tonight. If it doesn't matter, they're going to go win.
It doesn't matter.
They're just going to go win because the Hive's going to be bumping. It's always great games down at the Expo Center as well. They are taking on the Brampton Honey Badgers who are in town. So that's a game 7 o'clock. You can get down to the Expo Center, go buy your tickets at thestingers.ca. But we do have those pair of tickets to give away right now. Again, who leads that series? I'll be in touch with someone at the end of this show. And if you happen to be driving around tomorrow, if you can't get to the game, Edmonton Sports Talk, it will be on our audio stream at 7 o'clock tomorrow night as well.
Pretty cool.
Aw, Honey Badgers, what a cute name.
Yeah,
Oh,
where do you-
that is
They're
so
going down.
that is so disrespectful to them.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, he is a little. Where do
Honey
you-
Badger.
for team names, do you guys like animals for team names?
Yeah, of course.
Why wouldn't you?
That's like my least favorite kind of team name.
But aren't like a lot of them animals?
Yeah, and I don't like them. The only one
So
I
most
like,
sports names suck to you.
yeah, the only one it's not creative. I think it's you look at an animal. The only one I like for whatever reason is the Pittsburgh Penguins. I like
Penguins
the
are cool.
Penguins
Yeah,
are
penguins,
Penguins
are
are
cool.
awesome.
And the logo I just absolutely love. But
So like the Blue Jays,
Nah.
the Eagles,
Oh,
the
oh,
Cardinals.
gosh. Oh,
they all
gosh.
stink.
no birds. Are you kidding me? Ah, well, penguins are birds.
Trev!
Yeah, that's bad. But no, I've never. I just think it's the easy way out.
Big Uke says honey badgers are vicious.
They are.
And Grumpy Chat. Jasmine ever seen a honey badger? Question mark.
Not
Your
yet.
thoughts on pelicans? Says Grumpy
Oh,
Cat.
yeah, pelicans.
Not a fan. Oh gosh, no, not at all.
Remember when they named
don't
the
like
franchise
pelicans.
that? People were losing it.
Do you remember when they came out with the big baby as its mascot?
I don't remember that, but
I
I want to see that now.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I could get this on the YouTube. There it is. I love that Dusty and Eric both knew exactly what I was talking
That's
about
awesome.
and started
Is
laughing
that's
immediately.
not a thing anymore?
No, they got rid of it because it was creepy.
Oh, so
They did
wait,
not keep that
How long
mascot.
was that a thing for?
Oh, I don't know.
Is that like?
Oh, it says, I found something, will make its final season appearance this Monday.
Oh, so it's been recent.
Oh, that was a year ago. From a year
1
ago.
year
Sorry,
ago.
I was reading an article
But
there.
still,
that's still
that's
fairly
a long
recent.
time.
I had no
yeah.
idea. I never even heard of this thing.
Oh, and they may only bring it out once in a while because it's this is from Reddit from a year ago. They say the esteemed mascot of the Pelicans will go back into hibernation after the upcoming game. Its last appearance was during a loss, so they pick and choose maybe when the baby might come out.
For the Pelicans, a baby.
Yeah,
Is it because? Is that the bird that drops off babies at doors?
that's a stork.
Oh,
You're thinking of the stork.
Hey, good. But totally confused.
well,
those
I
two.
know it's on
how it works.
I know it's on
It's what
cartoons.
Dusty just said.
I know it's on cartoons. I know that's not how it works in real life, Dusty. Obviously, I know
I'm
that.
glad we had the
Birds and the
clarification.
bees talk with Trev.
I know more. I know all about the birds and the bees.
Oh, my goodness.
But it's a stork?
Yes, it's a stork.
Never even heard of that bird.
In the stories,
That'd be a
stork.
terrible.
It's
That
a
would be a
stork
terrible team
that-
name, by the way.
the
storks?
Yeah, the storks. Actually, I might not. I don't mind that one. The stork.
Oh.
The Edmonton Storks. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. But I thought it was because it kind of looks like a pelican. They got the big beak, big wingspan.
Well, I feel like the Pelicans' mouth or whatever goes down
Yeah,
further.
They
Yes.
got the. Oh yeah.
Pelican versus stork. Can we get a side-by-side picture?
Yeah, it's not even close.
Actually, it's not like
Yeah, like look at that. What do you call that? The chins?
Yeah, like
the
what?
underchin?
yeah, it doesn't have like that.
Like,
well,
why?
the lower mouth
Yeah.
is just very big. You can see pelicans on the river here in Edmonton.
Why do on this?
You get out on the river
Oh,
in
yeah.
Edmonton, you'll see them.
I've seen lots of them actually when I was disc golfing last week.
And in
I looked
the
up, saw plenty of pelicans.
in the spring or something, they have like these weird things that are on their beaks and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it's like an early part of the season or something like that. Because I remember going
Weird.
on Yukon Jack's boat, and we were seeing them once, and we're like, "What are those things on them?" And they like have this like weird like note or something that pops up early in the year.
So
The more you know.
the pelican's pouch is for catching prey and draining water from the scooped up contents before swallowing.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, well, you don't want to drink that much water.
Yeah, that's a stomach full right there.
Do we have enough messages into the into
There's
the Paris Jewelers
so
inbox
many. Oh, yeah.
for the win?
The nasties.
Well, I
know
just
what's
want to
up.
make sure because I do want to talk some basketball here, and I don't want to spoil what my trivia contest. Yeah, okay, we've got some people in that have won. Can the Knicks tie this series up? Will they tie this up? I guess is the better question.
It's -2.5 for the Pacers, so it's going to be a close game, apparently.
Almost a toss-up.
Almost a toss-up. Knicks need this win. They need to keep their momentum going. Or if you are going to let the Pacers win this, I think you're lost. You lost for sure because I think that's what the Pacers are winning on.
So, but who do you think is going to win tonight then?
So the Knicks are at Pacers. Pacers are favored. I think the Knicks are going to win today. I think it's going to be a close game. But I think the Knicks are going to win today.
Big comeback in Game 3. What was it? How much
20?
did that? Was
Was
it
it
20?
Yeah, I
was
think it was 20
It was
points.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool.
The both teams with major comebacks in this series.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the other one's going to be done now. Thunder up 3-1. That's over.
Nesmith is out today, Mr. Three-Pointer.
For Josh Clausen's sake, I really want the Knicks to win this. What did he not say 6?
Yeah, he said Knicks in 6.
Yeah, he threw back earlier when he was giving us all that weather info. He still had Knicks in 6, so he still believes in that they're going to win 4 straight. So that should be a fun game that gets going tonight. That's been a fun conference final series.
It is. Like, once you guys are done watching the Oilers game, switch over. Yeah, because it'll be the ending of the NBA. It'll be the ending of the Pacers game, and it'll be close.
Won't they be? They're both at 6.
Yeah, they are.
So NBA will be done sooner generally,
You
no?
think? I think it usually drags NBA a bit there.
Good point. I think it'll be pretty close.
And what if it goes to OT or something?
What's your thoughts on OKC? Why'd you you don't gloat about OKC? I thought you're a big OKC fan.
I am a big OKC fan.
But you never gloat about them. You're always talking about the Knicks and stuff.
You know what? So you know what? It's nice to see these 4 teams in their conference finals. It's so refreshing that I'm not watching the Lakers or a California team or a Texas team. And I think this is gonna sound really corny, but like I think whoever wins this year, I'll be happy for them. But obviously OKC, I want to see SGA succeed, and I also think the fans of Oklahoma City are really nice. Like, they live in this, like, not the most glamorous town,
I've heard.
right?
Heard some
but
stories.
but there's just such a lot of fun. I met OKC fans when I was in Kansas City, and they were just so sweet and kind, and so.
My hate for OKC
Not like the
away.
Knicks fans when you're just like taking the mic and just being a little aggressive, right?
I used to cheer completely against OKC because I felt bad for Seattle fans. That's gone away now. I think maybe because I know that the NBA will go back to Seattle. It's coming.
I agree
It's
with
just
you.
a matter of when, not if. So I could live with it now. And then there's SGA. But I always cheered against OKC just for that fact. I felt bad. I don't like teams and they leave. I don't cheer for those other teams. So I'll actually still never cheer for the Nationals. Screw Washington. Unless the Expos come back, screw Washington. I don't want the Nationals ever to do well.
I'm not gonna lie.
This guy is 1 minute early. We got someone in line. We're at Popeyes.
He knows.
He's waiting. Yeah. We're a minute away. We're at Popeyes just on 170th Street, 100th Ave, here on the West End. Same parking lot as the Superstore. As today, Ben Stelter's day, Ben Stelter's birthday. So Popeyes will donate the net proceeds from the participating stores in Northern Alberta and Edmonton to the Ben Stelter Foundation. It opens at 10:30. A gentleman just came up at 10:29, danced,
He's dancing
and then walked in.
in front of the
Didn't try to
door.
open up the door. Door's completely opened. Didn't even try. It is now 10:30. So now, when does he try to open this door? I think we leave this.
No, that's on him.
I'm fascinated about this, but he
should always at
his
least
dancing
try
was
to
going.
open
He was
the
ready
door.
to go. And now, is he behind? Is he still out there? Okay, can't see. I'll be fascinated to see when he walks in. Never didn't even try to open it. Sees people in here. No, you're like, yeah.
I should go up there.
I
and
was
be like,
worried it was going to be
"Oh,
locked
sorry."
and one of you boys were going to have to let me in this morning, but I went up to the door and I pulled it open and opened. I was like, oh, there you go. And yay! Hey, welcome. First one to Popeyes. Salty Turtle. The official drink of the EST Hangout, by the way. It is the Finnish long drink. Legend of 1952, a drink unlike any other. Sparkling refreshment, real liquor. Longdrink.com/Canada is where you can enter your postal code and find a liquor store and establishment nearest you with the long drink in stock. Today is going to be a perfect day for the long drink. Also, if you are down at Rogers Place for tonight's game, if you are going to be in the building for Game 4, they have a partnership with OEG. You can get the Finnish long drink right there at Rogers Place. I mentioned the Elks earlier. Some people did throw this out there, and I forgot to mention part of what the Elks announced yesterday, too, is there used to be a big sign in the locker room for the Elks. It said, once an Eskimo, always an Eskimo. I think that is, they showed the picture of it, and I think it's going to come back into the locker room. Chris Morris did also have this to say, and this courtesy of Dave Campbell of Ched. Chris Morris says the name Eskimos will now be spoken of freely to honor the tradition of history of the name with the franchise. The name Elks will not be changed. It's their connection to the past and to the present. So based on what Chris Morris is saying, and I'll go back to even, when Larry Thompson bought the Elks, he did come out and say he's not changing the name ultimately in the end. But Chris Morris yesterday is saying they will use the name Elks. You will see it, I think, on the fire truck that is being brought back to Commonwealth Stadium. It will say Edmonton Eskimos on it. But they want to really open up the fact that you could still say Eskimos. You could still wear Eskimos gears and all of that. But they will not change the name, and it will still be the Edmonton Elks. So there you go. those are the changes that are coming back to Commonwealth Stadium. Bring back the Expos for Low Tide. I always had that issue with Low Tide. He cheered for the Nationals when they left, and I always asked Al, like, how could you cheer for the Nationals? They ripped your heart out. But he always loved his Nationals, and he still does to this day.
One more thing about OKC.
Go for it.
It's like when they win, it's like a quiet win. There's no ridiculous videos out there that, like, I love that stuff. Don't get me wrong. And I think like that's why I'm not really talking about them too much, because I think they have to win this in order to advance. And you cannot sleep on the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards does not have a good game yesterday, but when he does and when they turn it up.
3-1 though. 3-1 though now.
Yeah, I know.
It's okay. So you're going to drop 3 in a row.
No, they're not.
How would you guys? I'm not gonna lie, confessions. My basketball consumption this playoffs probably like last year. I even watched a few games. The year before that, obviously when the Raptors were when they were their championship year, I was dialed into every single game. But I haven't sat down and watched a single game. Would you? Compared to previous years, has this postseason been awesome? Like better than previous years, or?
Truthfully, I haven't watched as much as I thought I would this year.
I
myself.
agree. It's because the Oilers have been like just really dominating. I think so. It's tough.
I think that's why.
I'm also, when my team gets eliminated, I need at least a round off in any sport.
Fair enough.
Type thing. So the Lakers got eliminated. I was pissed off. I'm not watching the second round, much of the second round. Screw it. I'm annoyed. My team's out.
I guess I am watching.
And then the conference finals are happening, and it's so half the games are at the exact same time as the Oiler game.
Yeah, that's the
so
issue.
I'm not watching those nights.
Fair enough.
And the other nights, I've actually, for whatever reason, and this isn't generally me actually, either like this weekend I was busy, so I didn't watch anything. But like yesterday, I had Panthers Hurricanes on,
Yeah.
Over
Okay,
the
wow.
yeah.
and I never do that.
Yeah.
I would usually gravitate towards hockey, but also I just don't. Well, maybe I
At
don't want to
least
see
the NBA.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Might be just hating on Minnesota right now.
That's fair.
They took on my team. I'm upset.
That's fair.
Sensitive, sensey
Yeah.
boy. Yeah. I have like the thing is, I have it on. It's on the television while I'm doing stuff. I'm not necessarily paying attention until I have to pay attention.
Yeah. Okay.
Like there is some controversy going on with like Doris Burke.
What's her
She
controversy?
was like calling out SGA for flopping and.
well, he has been.
But there's videos out there where he hasn't.
Yeah, sure, but he's gotten a lot of calls
said it.
that have gone his way in
Yeah.
like ways that are like, wow, that's
Yeah.
If
But
that
I
was
mean,
other players, he'd be.
You know,
they'd be
it's not like
getting ripped.
LeBron doesn't flop.
Good point. That is a good point.
I'm sorry. I just
Did you just stick the middle finger up to the camera? Why would you give the middle finger to our listeners? Now I got to watch it. Like,
That's awesome. That's
I
okay.
took it away. I took
That's
it.
an
It was
EST
like,
first.
It was like a half one.
Or has someone done that before? I think someone did that.
I think I did it before too a while ago, and nobody's caught on. I just let it. Like I didn't say
Yeah.
anything.
The first for everything. It's okay.
yeah, you gave it like fully. Like, why would you just?
I just saw that.
I did.
Man, Jazz, you're a savage.
Wow, that
That was uncalled for.
very uncalled for.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I apologize.
Someone
Censor.
screenshot it and tag her on
Right
Instagram.
at the nasties. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Like,
Tag her on Twitter. Everything.
jeez. Mr. Gerbic, two team names is ridiculous. There's not going to be two team names for the Edmonton Elks. There are the Elks, but they don't, I think what Chris Morris and the organization want to say is they don't want to forget about their past, that if you were to say Edmonton Eskimos, you shouldn't be admonished for it. And if you're talking about the past, you should say the Edmonton Eskimos because that's what their name was at the time. And that's why that fire truck was the Edmonton Eskimos era. We've never seen that fire truck, I don't believe, in Elks era, but they are still the Edmonton Elks. You know, when Dusty goes on TSN and he goes, tonight we've got the Calgary Stampeders, he will say, taking on the Edmonton Elks. It won't be Edmonton Eskimos or anything. Edmonton Elks Eskimos. Like, so they're just wanting to keep the history still there of the past while also recognizing that there is a new present and there is a different future that is coming. And I will just completely stand by this because this is from all sides on this. It doesn't matter about the name, why people are supporting this team or not. It's about the wins. And this franchise has been garbage when it comes to the wins for 20 years.
Yeah.
They've had 3 home playoff games in 20 years. It's not good enough. And if this team gets off to a 3-0 start as we're heading into July, Commonwealth is going to be bumping. I'll tell you that right now. They get off to a poor start once again. It's going to be tough to sell tickets. But the last 2 years... The last 2 years, the Edmonton Elks had a winning stretch from August into September, and attendances rose. Attendances came back. People were showing up. So when this team wins, people will support it. VR Montenegro, screw this. I'm never listening to EST again after such disrespect.
Wow. Nice,
Big Duke,
Jazz.
like removed, unsubbed.
Popeyes is a
Also,
family
it's a family-friendly restaurant. Just and you wait till it opens to stick up the middle finger. Calvin, that was
Nice
inappropriate.
going,
Wheels,
my
this is a
God.
PG show. What are you doing?
When Wheels is chirping you, you know you done.
Just
screwed up.
unbelievable.
I'm sorry.
Sorry doesn't cut it, Jazz.
Oh,
Just checking. That's funny. Yeah, it's funny. It's
Oh,
first for
my
everything,
goodness.
right, Maddie?
It's just ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
Did you catch any of the preseason game on the Elks? Over the
I was
weekend?
there.
Oh,
remember you went to
well,
Calgary?
I was in Calgary.
Oh, that's right.
At,
For the birthday. How was the
cousin's kid's
birthday? Was it good?
It was good. It was fun.
Good.
Got to see my my one cousin and stuff whose birthday was yesterday.
Nice.
I don't know if he's listening today. Happy belated Andrew.
Awesome.
I texted him yesterday, but I saw him on Saturday. So it was nice, and then ended up going to for those not ever. I feel like it should be known, but maybe it's not. There's a restaurant across the street from McMahon called Nick's Steakhouse. Great place. So went there.
Oh.
It's been around for like 40 some years. 79. Whenever 79 was. How long's William Huff been around? Because they've been around since 79. Yeah, 46 years. Great restaurant. So went there, went to the football game. I hate preseason football. It's not the best.
Yeah.
It sucks. But it was being at a football game, which was fun.
Nice. Oh, I can't wait.
And it was backups versus starters. So
There's a reason why the score was what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. Look, it would've
Typical
been nice.
preseason.
Like, I'll say this. That would give me concern if the Elks have a lot of injuries this year. I'll start there. I'll say the next man up mentality that football has, and like the idea of, okay, what's the depth of this team? I can maybe sit there and say, you want to know something? I'm a little concerned about that.
Yeah.
Because like it's not like they didn't score a touchdown in that game. They lined up for one field goal in that game. Like it's like, okay, they couldn't move the ball. That's if they have a lot of injuries. Beyond that, this Friday when they take on BC Lions at Commonwealth Stadium, off day between Oilers games, so beautiful weather. Could just make it a fun, full weekend and stuff. Stingers on Wednesday, Oilers tonight, Oilers Thursday.
Oh, it's summer,
Where
baby.
you could go to watch parties for that. Will be Hudson's White Ave for Game 5. And then Friday, Elks game. And if there's a Game 6, then it's Saturday. If not, you go to Whale and the Wolf at Rocky Mountain Ice House
There
if
we
you have
go.
your tickets. But that one will be, okay, what does this team look like?
Yeah.
That'll be a good judge for that.
Okay. Well, there we go. Yeah, I
Drake-
can't wait.
Drake was wearing the Rough Riders
Yeah.
necklace, eh?
Ah,
Eric doesn't
I had
like
to do
that.
it for you, Eric. Because it's cool.
that's cool. That's awesome.
It's cool.
Drake likes your team, LT.
Yeah, he's representing, and we're talking about it.
Are you good for draft night? You haven't texted. Okay. Because I don't want a
Any night.
McCord situation now here, too, where... Yeah.
LT says he'll make things work. for
Well,
the
okay,
draft.
I have a gripe with Scott McCord right now. I'll throw it out there.
Me.
So I text the group as the commissioner of our CFL Fantasy Football League on, I think this was May 16th. May 16th. So Friday, May 16th. So that's a week and a half ago. Gentlemen, with the CFL preseason upon us, it's time to plan the date for our draft, which day works best. To which Lucas and the San Antonio Texans proposed a date. They're like, I'd like to suggest June 2nd. Time goes by. I come back on May 20th, and I go, I'm down for June 2nd. So there's 2 votes for June 2nd. To which then Eric jumps in and goes, yep, so that's 3 votes for June 2nd. Don't that passes things at a meeting, but it was like, okay, like we want to make sure everyone's good. I don't hear anything from McCord the whole week. So I'm just assuming
ridiculous.
June 2nd is locked in.
Yep.
3 votes for, McCord's going to make it work. So yesterday I say draft set for June 2nd. McCord jumps in, sorry fellas, can't do June 2nd. Can we push to that Wednesday? Why didn't he jump in right away on that one?
Yeah, you know what? That's very disrespectful. That's very disrespectful. That
I want
sounds.
to, that one I want to
It kind of sounds a lot like me there. If I'm being
I want
completely
to
honest.
block that in. Oh, Eric, if I Birmingham is officially
seeing
rescheduled
you.
for Wednesday. And I love McCord's already in
Salty
going
turtle.
locked in. You're the one that proposed this date, Scotty.
Salty turtle. There he is.
Salty Turtle, the
legend.
first customer.
The legend.
Good job.
How's it going?
So there, that's my beef.
McCord.
I've got beef today.
Yeah, no, that's a valid, very
I know
valid beef.
he goes locked in when you propose this one. It better be locked in. Oh, we're taking a picture. Oh no, that's good. I just saw
Let's go.
these guys and they're looking and they just stopped talking and they start posing.
Yeah, you're gonna be
You
in the background.
walking in.
Have a great day.
I am
He's
excited
handsome.
for my CFL draft
As he walks
next
away.
Wednesday now, because I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good
Yeah,
about it.
confident. You won last year. I remember I was
won
on the
last year.
hangout and you said, Trev, what are your thoughts? Who do you think's gonna win? And I said you were gonna win. Do you remember that?
I don't,
Nah.
but I'll go back and listen to it. I'm sorry.
Well, there goes that. Well, anyway, I did pick you, and I was very happy. And Zach picked LT,
Ooh,
and
we
I
got
said,
that.
no, that's going to be wrong.
I was
Unfortunately,
concerned going into this one because there's like 3 top players to pick from, and then I woke up last week and I was like, I figured out who that 4th player is, and I draft 4th. I was ready to like give up picks to like Eric or Scott to try to trade up. I never made those proposals, but now I don't need to because I came across my 4th pick, which Dusty and I disagree on.
so do you guys all have the same system? Is it a spreadsheet? Is it the same
They
system?
took our spreadsheet.
Oh, so they're Steelers.
No, they asked and I gave it.
Oh, so
Their
they're
commissioner,
Nice. They're nice.
Commish Kevin, Georgia Satellite, for those in the nasty chat, said he'd like to start a fantasy league one day, and asked if he could get our info, and I said, yeah, here you go. And it is also all public information. I've posted on Twitter, and like anyone could go then grab it and save it and just take it all.
But
so,
you're the inventor of the spreadsheet?
well, they're the spreadsheet, the basis of. I'm not the inventor of spreadsheets.
Well, no, this one.
The one that they're using,
Obviously-
they would have made adjustments to it, I'm assuming, but I built it.
You
Yes.
built this spreadsheet that people are now using.
Well, they're using.
Oh, okay.
So it's being used in 2 CFL leagues.
That's
and
pretty
it's
cool,
open to
man.
anyone else. If you want it, just let me know, Matt at EdmontonSports.com.
That's gotta feel good, hey?
Our league is very happy to pass it along to anyone because we're very comfortable in our standing as the greatest CFL fantasy league. Celebrating our 10th season. Very excited about that one and have a wonderful logo to celebrate the 10th season.
Yeah, I saw that. Shout out Tube Socks. Looks wonderful.
Do want to... Okay, so we can't do spoilers again.
I know. I was just looking. I was.
Do you
we can-
enjoy Last of Us Season 2 finale?
yeah, we could talk because it's no spoilers.
I thought it was awesome, but it was really sad when the guy died.
What? Did you just make that up?
No spoilers.
I've never seen it.
Perfect.
What do you think?
I'll say this. I have a couple of points without spoiling anything. There is a cliffhanger at the end. What I miss about... I don't mind cliffhangers to end a season, but I miss when TV was like everything was already in production. And like, okay, so spring ends, you get the cliffhanger, fall comes, and the new season starts. I don't know when production is going to start. I don't know when filming is going to start. I don't know when the next season is going to come. So it's like, well, I have to wait this long. Like, I don't even know when the next one's coming out. I'm getting tired of TV and streaming sites
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah, in this era now?
Let's,
Yeah.
at the very least, like, if it's going to be some sort of cliffhanger, announce when filming is or announce when the next season's going to be or something. Like, I shouldn't have to wait 2 years for the next season on this cliffhanger. In fact, I've started playing Last of Us the first season. I got to finish it.
Damn.
The first game. I will now like have to make it an effort for the next to play the game. And like I'm just going to spoil it via the game.
Yeah,
as
that's a good
opposed
idea.
to watching it. But like I'm annoyed by that. I am annoyed by that completely. She got a biscuit. So that's
Thank you.
But beyond like I actually will say this. I walked away from the season finale going, it was okay. I didn't think it was a great season finale. And then taking away the cliffhanger part of it, I don't think it was an unbelievable great season finale.
Fair enough.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Look at that. Oh, Maddie got more fries.
Appreciate
than
that.
me. Damn it. That's okay.
Here, have a fry.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, I like.
bless you.
I personally did like it. I totally understand where you're coming from with the cliffhanger, and just waiting for it. It kind of kills the zha right, and the momentum again of like watching. But
I actually do like cliffhangers, but it's like, okay, I'm good waiting 5 months. I'm also good once in a while doing it, but every show seems to be like, we're gonna end on a cliffhanger. Mm-hmm. And
Gets
like
old.
This one is also like other cliffhanger. Like Succession's a show I loved. Mm-hmm. There was a morsel of like it's a, oh my God, where's this season gonna go next year? They did this. Oh my God, this is like wild. But so there was a sense of a cliffhanger, but it was one that I was comfortable waiting for. This one was too big of a cliffhanger for me. I will say though, the credit, I do like what they're gonna do for season 3 and how they transition to season 3, which is the change of perspective. I love that setup.
is that what's going to happen?
Yeah.
It's going to be in who's perspective.
Yes,
yeah,
it's a
okay.
change of perspective.
Oh my goodness, I
And
didn't know
I do
that.
like that. I do because they did say that the creators said that they can't like because the season 2, 3, and what will be 4 is all from the second game.
Okay.
What they said is, and the reason I say the 4, they're only greenlit for a 3rd season right now, is that the creator said we could only do this through, like, to do the whole story, we need 3 seasons. So they did the first part of this, they'll do the second part, and then they'll have to wrap it up the other way.
Does Last of Us have zombies in it?
Yes.
They're called The Infected.
Oh, okay, they're infected.
But the thing is, the show is so well done that it's not necessarily based around those. It's more so like a survival story, I guess.
Is that
and
with,
connections like what you have with people?
It was shot in Alberta, right? Is that the one? That was
Yes,
shot
it was shot in Edmonton, Banff, Calgary,
The first season.
Vancouver.
and Lethbridge, I think.
The first season, yeah, it was Edmonton, Calgary, Lethbridge. There was a lot. It was actually one of the biggest film productions in Alberta history. Might have been like Canadian history almost.
That's cool.
And then this whole second season was in Vancouver.
Damn.
And they just
That's
kept
cool.
calling it Seattle.
Oh, well.
Well, Seattle, and then there was the first few
Suddenly less
episodes were
cool.
also in Jackson,
Yeah.
which was that one. I can't remember where that was from in Alberta. That was supposed to be based.
Alberta. Oh, that's
Clickers. Yeah,
Clickers,
there's
yeah.
clickers. Well, and then there's bloaters.
Cool. Are those types
those
of
are the zombies.
The infected?
There's the types of infected.
Yeah.
Clickers, bloaters.
What the hell?
It's like which crew or colony or
There's
whatever
another
calls
one.
them, like has the name for them.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Gerber, was Last of Us better than Andor? I do not watch Andor, but I have heard this is a great season. of
I
Andor.
heard that show is unreal. That's not my
Reed
cup of
Wilkins
tea.
won't stop talking about it. Same with Gager. They really like it. I might actually have to dabble into that because I like Star Wars. But
You do? Then you should.
I'm a big lightsaber and Force guy. It has none of that. So that's where it kind of loses me. I don't know. But
How many Star
apparently it's
Wars
really
are you
good.
into?
Like every single one that has lightsabers and the Force in it.
So you like all of them?
Yes, except for that's why I'm like, well, and what was it, Rogue One? I wasn't the biggest fan of Rogue One.
I've
which-
heard Rogue One is supposed to be great.
I know a lot of people they don't
Okay.
like my thoughts on that, but whatever.
I've watched the season finale of Your Friends and Neighbors on Apple.
I never heard of the show.
Great show, John Hamm. It gets better and better every episode, and it has humor in there. It's lots of drama, obviously. Just such a well done show. I haven't watched a really good show in a long time.
I see an
like
Oilers
that.
jersey walking in. We got a
That's what I'm
Leon
talking about.
Draisaitl
That's what I'm
too.
talking about.
That's an Oiler hat. He's set for game day.
Good chance
He's
he's gonna
set
score
for
today.
the.
He's set for game day.
He is set for game
I'm
day.
set for this Popeyes right in front of me. Let's go.
We're live at Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen. We are at the one, I think 171st Street, 100th Ave, but just off 170th Street, West End, right by the Superstore, actually just down the road from our office, which is also very perfect. Today at all 21 Northern Alberta and Edmonton area Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen locations. Net proceeds will be donated to the Ben Stelter Foundation. Today is Ben's birthday, May 27th, and on his birthday and on his following cancer treatments, he did request Popeyes, his favorite meal being the tenders, mac and cheese, and a Coke, a classic combo. So that's why Popeyes today, they're, as I said, donating net proceeds to the Ben Stelter Foundation, locally owned and operated right here in Edmonton. They wanted to support a great cause in this community, and all the proceeds from in-store, drive-through, or delivery will go directly to the Ben Stelter Foundation. So if you really want to just be lazy and order in, you're still doing a good cause. It's still going to a good cause.
Absolutely.
As Edmonton Sports, so we will be here. The doors are now open. We will be here until 5 o'clock. A lock shop coming up right away here. Dusty's just crushing his Popeyes. Then he will take over. We've got 2 guys and a goalie. We got the EST afternoons. We got the Reed Wilkins show with Jay Milne. That's going until 5 o'clock, and then it'll be the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pre and post game shows live from the Canadian Ice House tonight. As Tommy, Hernan, and Cass will get you set for game for Oilers and Stars down at Rogers Place.
Dun, 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 dun.
Since we have a couple minutes?
Yep.
Okay, so other sports news. Tyrese Halliburton's dad is allowed to come back to watch his games. The NBA's lifted the ban,
That's
but he's
stupid.
only allowed to watch in his luxury suite.
That's lame.
Yeah, well, they'll probably do some camera zooms on him today.
Oh, for sure.
Bar Travo, I believe, had their soft launch with all of certain invited people of Lauren's also this weekend.
I actually do want to try it.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
What's
I do
this?
want Lauren.
Lauren McDavid's.
Yeah, I don't know. Is she Lauren? Like Kyle McDavid, Lauren
Oh.
McDavid.
The
She
restaurant
launched
bar, I
her
think,
restaurant, which has also got like a bunch of furniture, like an upscale furniture, I think, that you can purchase.
What?
Like it's on sale. I don't know.
I don't know if it's
It's
in
like
the
a
restaurant. I thought it's like upstairs.
Upstairs, you're right, but
Yeah.
it's a furniture store with like an upscale furniture store with a bar or something. And yeah, they had the soft launch or whatever. Mm-hmm.
They had like all the local
TikTok, it was going.
influencers
Yeah.
and Oilers and their wives, etc.
Interesting.
I'd
Yeah.
be intrigued to try. I'm always game for a drink like that. I still owe you a drink.
I know. You know what I was thinking about that because now the weather's really nice, so we're gonna definitely hit up
We'll
a
have to
patio
go
soon.
after one of
Yeah,
those,
let's.
yeah.
I agree.
Let's
I'd
go.
like to go if I could.
Come with us.
Yeah, come.
I was gonna say I would like to. That'd be awesome.
What
Yeah.
bet
I
was
love
that one
patio
for?
season. We don't.
Was that?
What's that?
That was that for? Oh, that was the fight.
Yeah, I
That was
won
for
the.
fight.
It was the
Fight?
the Tyrese. Tyrese.
Jake Paul, Mike Tyson.
Yeah, Mike
Oh,
Tyson.
oh, fine.
Thinking about Halliburton right
Goes
now.
back
yeah.
for a while.
That's
It's
right.
over.
We had to it just got busy, but
Life's just as busy.
life is just busy.
Life is just busy.
Yeah.
And then the Oilers,
Thank you for
Things are
telling
going
me
good.
about the schedule, though. I was gonna ask you. Actually, you were telling me like
the
off
schedule.
where you think the Stanley Cup games are gonna start.
Yeah.
Because me and my family were tripping. We're gonna be in Kelowna. If you say the 7th, that's my cousin's reception. Like, definitely gonna have to watch on my MacBook. And then the whole family's gonna be mad at me because, of course, they are Canucks fans.
Well, and the other part of this too is like, well, and it's also good for the Oilers in one way too. It's an even series with the Eastern Conference, so in the end, there's not going to be extra rest really for one team over another.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll also see. What if the Oilers finish it off? What if the Panthers finish it off tomorrow and the Oilers finish it off in 2 days from now?
Wow.
Would the
Still
NHL
wins.
start a little sooner, or would they give like a week and a bit of a break?
Doubt it.
You're
I don't
right.
know.
That's the thing,
I'll be
right? The
intrigued by
break,
that.
the break aspect. I'll be on tomorrow. I believe Belzy will also be on tomorrow.
Yeah, Belzy back from his trip on the PJ.
Yeah, so we'll
We'll
hear
have to
about
get
that.
his thoughts on how that was going. And plus, also just for me, we're just a day closer to Elks' home preseason game.
Let's
on
go,
Friday,
baby.
which is going to be fun. Coming up next here on EST, it is the Lock Shop. We've got, as I mentioned, two guys in a goalie, EST Afternoons, Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, GCLD's Oil Stream pre- and post-game shows. So we still got you fully covered for Oilers and Stars. Game 4 predictions.
I'm going to go with a solid 3-1 Oilers.
You already know your prediction.
I'm
Tanya.
gonna go.
said,
You know
like-
what?
You said 5-3
Yeah.
I'm
before.
gonna go 5-2 now.
5-2.
5-2.
5-2. Stuart Skinner, game 4 does still show up,
Yep.
says YouTube Trev. Trev, thanks for driving down.
Yeah, this was awesome. Thanks for having me.
Jasmine, thank you for coming also to this one. Eric,
this was
thank
so
you
much
for
fun.
joining the start of the show. Enjoy that meal. Yeah.
He looks
Thanks
good.
to everyone for tuning in to the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage and your clear choice for Edmonton Sports. Edmonton Sports Talk Lock Shop coming up in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Let's go. There you go, right in front of the camera.
First time guest, long time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Zola with here. Joining us today